Noon, and some light snow around Saturday night as we go down to 27. Sunday is dry, partly sunny, and a chilly 38. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It is 69 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com. Hi, Margaret with Eamon Gantner and Capriano. How's your family? Do you have a legal plan for them when you're gone? Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com.
The choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS on KMOX. Happy Wednesday. Pretty day out there. Really pretty day. I mean, like, ridiculously pretty day.
Beautiful.
Still couldn't bring myself to walk, though.
Go walk, you mean like around downtown?
Yeah, just go walk.
Why not?
Yeah. There's this, I have this thing. It feels like it's right in the middle of my chest. It's called laziness. And anytime I think about I could do that, I'm like, or you could just sit here. You could just sit here. This is okay.
That's funny.
It was cute. I always get here early. I'm early to everything. And I was saying the newsroom was like, hey, Dave. And I'm like, hey, guys. And I said, I don't feel like entertaining people for 4 hours today. And Michael Calhoun, who isn't usually a talker, he goes, can we have class outside today? I'm like, yeah, remember that? Like in grade school, like when the teacher go like, okay, today we're going to go find bugs. You're like, rock on. Let's do it.
Yeah, we had that a couple of times. It was fun.
Really fun.
Hey, did you guys have to do a bug collection?
Yeah. Kind of a half-assed one. What?
So Wheels, when I was going into sixth grade, we had to collect, I think it was 40 bugs over the summer. It was 40 different kinds of bugs.
What?
And you had to like get a net and catch the bugs, put them in a plastic bag, store them in your freezer until it was time to mount them on like a foam board with some pins and label them. And yeah, that was an entire summer's project getting ready for sixth grade.
Huh.
I had the crown jewel in my class because I caught the first time we ever went out to Rock Springs Park. I caught a cicada killer.
What's that?
It is an enormous wasp that lives around here. They're pretty rare, as I understand it, and they will like pin down a cicada and like stab it to death with their stinger and eat it. Like they legit like hunt and eat cicadas. So they're huge wasps.
Yeah, that reminds me when Nick and I did the Grand Canyon, and the second night we were spending the night down there. We're just like in the desert, duh. And the guy, our guide, was like, okay, there's this and there's that. And he goes, but you really have to look out for, like, if you have to get up and pee in the middle of the night, you have to look out for tarantula hawk wasps.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, they're nasty,
and
dude.
Nick and I are like, whoa, you just made that up.
That's a few too many words there, buddy.
Tarantula hawk wasp.
Dude.
Pick one.
They're crazy. I think that's one of the bugs that they got stung by on the show Kings of Pain.
It is.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
I saw that one. Big Blonde Dan says that it is his coworker's birthday, and she's been listening to DGS as long or longer than he has. So happy birthday to Tori.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Tori.
Tori.
I love those pain shows because they're always like, this is going to be the most painful sting anyone has ever felt. And then the thing stings them and they're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, am I supposed to feel sorry for you?
Oh, my God.
You intentionally got stung by that thing.
It's so funny to just watch
You
it be
wanted
like, oh,
this.
it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm
You
supposed to
made
be
it-
like, oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, you made it sting you.
I mean, I love that show.
It's fun.
So good.
It's fun to watch.
It is interesting because they're actual scientists, the two guys doing the Kings of Pain, and they're trying to establish a new pain threshold for all of these things because the one the people use is old and it's not really very specific. It's not very detailed.
I wonder if when they did the old one, they stung themselves like the new one, or if they
I'm
just.
sure. No, I'm sure. It's the only way. How else could you do it?
I mean, you could find someone that got bit by a
I
black
guess,
widow and be
yeah.
like, hurt real bad. They're like,
Okay, well, that's what I want to drill down on. So are these Kings of Pain, Masters of Pain, whatever it is, are they like, do they study bugs?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, one
they're not
guy
just
is,
guys making up their own scale because I'm not
No.
interested in that at all.
No, these are the show. I think it is called Kings of Pain, and they don't just get bit by bugs; they get bit by snakes. They step on like rockfish. Because if you step on a rockfish, it's really poisonous. Well, they just kind of poke their hand on the spines, but they did a lot of different species. They did a Komodo dragon bite, I think. Maybe not because that'll kill you. It was some kind of big lizard bite, but one of them is basically. Like he works with snakes and wild animals, and he's Australian, and then the other guy is bugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little
they're
better than
actual
just like some
scientists, yeah.
dudes.
Yeah.
But they are kind of bro scientists, though.
Today on Kings
Dude,
of Pain,
bro, that hurt.
we set a thumbtack down on our chair. We're gonna sit on it, and we're gonna see how bad it hurt.
Okay.
Ooh, it hurts so bad.
Dave, in Sunday school, did you guys do the I've got the joy down in my heart song?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if
No.
the devil doesn't like it, he can sit on
Yeah,
attack.
sit on attack.
Ouch.
Sit on attack.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And then you got to like leap out of your pew because
Did
you were
ever-
sitting on attack.
That'll make you love the Lord.
Did I ever tell you guys about the pen incident at my Catholic grade school?
No.
There was a young gentleman who
Young squire.
was being pranked, Kevin Wheeler style, with a pen that was straight up on the chair,
Oh.
and he sat down and he was given an additional
No.
Orifice.
You have told us
Like
about
a-
this. This is
yeah.
horrible.
Like a needle pin?
like a ink pen.
How is it standing up?
I don't know. I wasn't in the room for it. I didn't do it.
Oh, it's awful.
I didn't do it, and I've been cleared of all charges and wrongdoing.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's
And,
that's not a my style prank. I don't injure
No,
people.
he had to go. I'm gonna guess. So we were pretty young, so I'm gonna guess that the person doing it did not think it was going to cause like immense. I mean, like months worth of like cushioned pillows sitting for
Oh.
this poor kid.
Yeah.
So I think it was one of those things where like a kid did something a little bit too much, not realizing that it was too much.
I'm just looking at my hands and arms here because I have, I think, about 5 pieces of lead still in me that I can see from indoor rainy recesses when you'd have pencil fights.
Oh, yeah, I got one right in there.
Yeah, I got one right here in the web between my pointer finger and my middle finger because I was prepared for a fight and like in prison, and I had my super sharpened pencil kind of like down at my side sitting in my chair, and I dropped it and it hit on the eraser, and I went to grab it and it went right in my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I have another question here. For the pencil fights, did you face these? Did you anticipate these with excitement, with anxiety?
All the above.
So
All the
you
above.
wanted to be in the fight,
Yeah, you had to be in the fight.
Yeah,
but
There
like,
is no not fight.
But you
Like
were
a Norse
looking
warrior.
forward to it, or you were like, I must do this. I'm being drafted into the pencil war.
It was scary.
It sounds scary.
Yeah, it was scary.
It sounds. I'm getting anxiety thinking about
Because-
being in that situation.
but you're seeking. It's like I said. It's like a Viking warrior. You're seeking glory. You're
Yeah.
seeking.
Here's what's so screwed up.
You
about
want
it.
Valhalla when you stab somebody with your pencil and survive
So,
the stab yourself.
If I was going to stab you, I wouldn't just stab you in and out. I
Okay.
would stab you and then try to break it off. Thus, all the lead in my body.
Yeah.
But
This
you
is
did
before.
with your friends.
This is before we knew that lead was bad.
Yeah, 4th grade boys are insane.
Yeah.
And 6th grade girls. When I was about 20, I got a job being a teaching instructor at one of the grade schools, not the one I went to, but they are exactly alike, like literally to the T. And I was terrified of 6th grade girls. They were just mean and weird.
It's a rough time.
And they're all like 51 now. Isn't that crazy? Like back then, I was 21 and they were 11, or I was 22 and they were 12 or something. And they're just like, I mean, they're literal kids.
Mm.
And I was young, but you're a grown ass person. Now they're just like 10 years younger than me.
What if you had substitute taught for me?
Yeah, about that same age.
It's not quite.
No, it's about that same
It's
age.
a little bit. It's quite. That's a good bit less than that, right? Isn't it only 6 years, 7 years?
You're 54?
Yeah.
So, yeah, 7 years.
Okay.
Little baby Kev, he's like, let's go.
Little red-haired a-hole. So I had my first band practice last night,
Yay.
and it was so much fun. It was so great. The guys in my band are just like so good. They're all around my age. They've been playing for decades, just professionals. And we're doing 8 Beatles tunes because one of them is an 8-minute song. And we got through all of them, and they sounded great. And it was so much fun. Maria Kina, who has a band, I was just talking to her because I haven't played at all for about 5 years, maybe 6 since COVID. And I said, not to be whatever, but I said, it's like not having sex for 6 years. And you do, and you're like, why did I stop that? Why haven't I played live with these guys in a basement? So much fun. Now I'm really excited.
Nice.
Yeah. Total fun. We're doing Whatever Gets You Through the Night by John Lennon, and it's just kind of a jam. And Dave Farber's in the band, the guy who the lead singer of Super Jam, and the guy who plays saxophone for El Monstero. And so we're just jamming it. We're jamming. And then Dave grabs his saxophone and starts playing. And I'm in a guy's basement playing with Dave Farber, who's just blowing the saxophone in my face.
And the saxophone is cool.
Saxophone's super cool.
Super cool.
I wish I could play.
I think it's the coolest of the dork instruments.
It's not a dork instrument at all.
Oh, all of them are. Like the one when you're in 5th grade and you're going to be in band and they're like, oh, do you want to play clarinet or whatever? So,
all right. Clarinet player over here taking no offense.
Yeah. Actually, clarinets.
Did you start playing the euphonium like in 5th grade?
I started playing the trumpet in 6th grade, and then I started playing the euphonium in I don't know, sophomore maybe year.
Kev, did you?
What?
Were you in the band?
I didn't play any instruments. I had guitar lessons for a few months, and I hated it because they made me do it on an acoustic guitar, and I thought it was boring.
Yeah, that's not shocking.
So my mom was like, "You guys have to do something other than sports." I'm like, "I'll do guitar," and then she's like, "Here's an acoustic." I'm like, "Oh God."
Man, I love the trumpet, but the thing that really kept me away from it, Andrew, was
spit valve.
Yep, exactly.
I knew you were going to say spit valve.
It was pretty disgusting.
Spit valve is horrifying. It's extremely disgusting.
Ugh. Yeah.
And the boys in the band that I was in would just we would practice in the gym, which had a
on the floor.
carpet. Yeah, they would just empty their spit valves onto the carpeted gym floor.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Yeah, that's what you would all do. You
that's
just open
awful.
So the spit valve is that you're blowing into the brass instrument, and when you're blowing into it, the spit's naturally coming out, and it starts to clog up the pipes, and it'll go like. So there's a little drain at the lowest point in the instrument, and so you got to hold that open, and bloop, 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 a bunch of brass tinted spit comes oozing out.
I don't remember saying what exactly is a spit valve.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry.
Let's take you through the journey.
Could you walk us through every minor detail of that so we could all hear it?
Yeah, what's the sound it makes when there's too much spit?
But what does it sound like? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's like.
I hated the band because I wasn't a drummer, but I owned a drum. Like I had, a snare drum.
Mm-hmm.
And in 5th grade, we went to tryouts. And it was me, Rick Teller, and Terry Heron. And neither of them had ever even seen a snare drum. And I had mine with my drumsticks. And there are only room for 2 drummers. So the band teacher said, well, the only fair thing to do is to draw straws. And guess who lost? So those 2 were the drummers for 2 years until they dropped out. And here I am, owning my own gear and ass out. So after that, I was like, it's on.
I had to say, would you have pursued it as much if you had gotten that spot?
Probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so. I would have been a much better drummer. That's for sure.
Sure, you had some training.
But then when I was a sophomore and a junior and I started being in bands, then I was just flipping the middle finger to the band guys.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I got raw toast.
Yeah, that's right.
The band kids, like the marching band and stuff, they were actually kind of like the cool popular kids at Alton High.
I've never,
as far as you guys know.
I started to say I've never understood.
We weren't.
They called them the sexy crew.
we were called Dr. Badass was my nickname.
It's just nothing but pure heat.
I find it so bad for the band kids because you always have to play such dorky music.
Yeah, that's why it was fun to be in. It was fun to be in pep band, which was something that was mainly just like me and my friends did because it was a pretty small group, and you would play the basketball games, and so you'd get to play like we played that song, Paranoid that we started with. Yeah. We played that song as like an arrangement. We played like So Fresh, So Clean by Outkast and stuff like that. That was fun.
What does Paranoid sound like on a euphonium?
Do you still have yours, Andrew?
No, it was always like rented from
okay.
from the school or from like Halpin.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of those set you back?
I have absolutely no idea. Probably a good one is probably at least 1,000, I would think.
Let me tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct. You know what I'm going to say, basically. It really only applies to people who are in the market for replacement windows, but there's so many people out there who listen and so many people out there who have houses or businesses and they need new windows, and so they're looking at it. And I always say, like, plaintiffs' attorneys and drugs and window companies. That's what I have on my television. So you probably have seen the ads for Universal Windows Direct. It's one of the things that made me choose them over a couple of other suitors because I really liked their ads because they were so simple and they weren't in them and they weren't trying to be famous. And I just liked that. And so that's who I went with. And they give you a different deal every couple of months. Right now, it is buy 2 windows, get 2 for free with no limit. 0% interest for 36 months. So 3 years to pay that off with no interest, cash out of your pocket. $500 off your total home improvement project. 314-334-2522 or universalwindowsdirect.com.
When was the last time you watched your home movies? Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for, their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick. And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry. Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos. We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever. It's fast. We always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA. Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box. New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box. Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. You can too. YourEyeDoc.com.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 124. Happy Wednesday. Wheels, I don't know if you experienced this, and I'm wondering if people like on the stream who are empty nesters did, but it's so weird when your kids go, especially to college, because you go from living with them to not.
Right.
And every kid's different. I think we're pretty lucky with Phoebe. Like, I text her every other day. I don't want to text her every day because I don't want to be that guy. And she responds to every third one. She talks to her mom more often because they're girls.
Sure.
You know, I talk to Nick more often. But it's just so weird. It's just so weird to go from seeing someone who you love more than anything every day to they're just not really a part of your life. That's so weird.
It was a little bit, but then the way I handled it was just like, I remember what it was like for me as a freshman in college.
Yeah.
And how much I loved not being like having your parents over top of you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my kid's the same way. So I'm cool with that. Like, I remembered it so much, and again, it wasn't like I had a terrible high school experience. I loved my high school experience. I had a great childhood. But, when you're 18, there's not much that you want more than to do what you want when you want without anybody telling you. And college represents that opportunity.
Yeah. Like when I was in I lived at home in college, but when I was in law school, had my mom and dad called and said, hey, want to come over and have dinner Wednesday? I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Of course I don't want to come over and have Wednesday dinner.
Yeah. So you're right. There is that part that's weird, but I don't know. Your kids. If you think your kid can handle something, you're like, all right, she can be fine. Like,
I was thinking last night, I should have had a bunch more kids. And the reason is the more kids you have, the better your chance of some of them liking you.
Okay, I think both of your kids like you a lot.
I was going to say, number one, you don't have that problem. But number two.
I do too. I have a great relationship with my kids.
Number two, you could also have the ones that hate you.
Right.
Yeah. But you got the ones who like you. So you can ignore the ones that hate you.
You're already 2-0.
Yeah. These are the weird things I think when I'm
I should
alone.
have had 12 kids because then 10 of them would have liked me.
Yeah.
And I had 10 that like me instead of 2.
But it's probably true. Like if you have 5 or 6 kids, you're gonna have one that you probably don't get along with. Just
no idea.
Numbers.
Yeah.
Just averages.
If not get along with, you just may not be as close because you have so many.
Yeah, you're not gonna bat 1,000.
But I don't know. I've never had that many kids. Maybe it isn't like that. I think
it'd be great to have a bunch of kids when you're older and when they're like in their 30s and 40s. And everyone's coming home. Like that seems.
Well, you ever move, you got help.
Yeah. From the ones that like you.
Right.
I'll tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union. Even if you have a bank, I would suggest taking literally 10 or 15 minutes out of your day, going to First Missouri down in Lee Ferry, brand new building, beautiful, glass building, opening a checking account. You can do it for as little as $25. And at that point, you are a member, you're an owner, and you're going to get treated as such, which means their thumb is going to be on the scale for saying yes. If it's a vehicle loan or a signature loan or something like that, and your credit's a little bit, marginal, you're going to get the benefit of them pushing that scale on the side of, let's say, yes. Now, they're not going to make stupid loans, but they'll make stupider loans in banks. 4.27% is the interest we pay on your checking account alone, up to $100,000. Everyone's super cool and nice. So you can have a bank and have a credit union. Plus, if you say, well, Dave, I'm nowhere near Lee Ferry, you only have to go one time because 90% of credit unions across the globe are connected. So if there's one in your neighborhood that doesn't pay the 4.27%, you can go in and do your sort of banking stuff there and still avail yourself of that. 314-544-5050, the number one STMOCU.org.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Miklasz. 3 voices, 1 hour, all Cardinals. From roster battles in Jupiter to pennant races in St. Louis, the Redbird Rush Hour delivers. The Redbird Rush Hour, weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Here in St. Louis, we take pride in supporting our health and our community. That's why more and more families are turning to Neovitin multivitamins, created by a local physician and made right here in the U.S. using the highest quality domestic and international ingredients. With formulas for men, women, and adults 50 plus, Neovitin helps keep St. Louis families energized, supported, and ready for life. Find Neovitin at your local Dierbergs, Schnucks, and online at neovitin.com. Neovitin, trusted nutrition from St. Louis for St. Louis.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Springtime in the air this afternoon, partly to mostly sunny, windy from the south, and we're warming up to about 72 for the high, 74 the record from 1971. It's going to be really close. Then tonight, partly cloudy skies, 49. Thursday, partly sunny, cold front coming through late in the day, I think, on Thursday with some fast-moving showers and thunderstorms, windy and 73, but dropping temperatures during the afternoon. Down to 38 Thursday night. Friday, sunny and 51. Let's keep going. Saturday, partly sunny and 43, but some snow flurries developing Saturday afternoon and some light snow around Saturday night as we fall to 27. Sunday, partly sunny and 38. Yes, you're correct. Winter is not over. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
But my lips are turning blue. Are they fast?
My darling, Jerry Kelly can install a new furnace tomorrow, no matter what day tomorrow is, even if we call late at night.
You are my hero.
They're fast and they're good and they got it going on. JerryKelly.com.
If snow and cold has you thinking spring, why don't you do something constructive and call Chesterfield Fence and Deck? Let this be the year that you have that beautiful outdoor space that you've always wanted. Whether you're talking about a new deck, a patio, a pergola, they do all of it. And of course, fences as well, sunrooms, screen rooms. You can visit their beautiful showroom in the Chesterfield Valley. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is the sign you have the very best since 1968. All of their products are guaranteed by a 5-year labor warranty, comprehensive material warranties provided. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Now, if you're looking for the rock bottom cheapest price, Chesterfield Fence and Deck is not it. What they are is the company that guarantees their work and has been doing great work for 57 years. Quality work that will last for a long, long time. So you can enjoy your outdoor space for years to come. If you mention me, Debbie Monterey, they'll offer you 48 months interest-free financing. ChesterfieldFence.com. Hey, it's Debbie Monterey, and I think right now we all need something to look forward to, and a nice little getaway is going to do it for me. So I've been looking at this 5-day Arizona trip that I planned in September, and to me, it sounds absolutely perfect, and I would love for you to join me. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to stay in Flagstaff because that means cooler temperatures. It's a great home base, and from there, we're going to visit Sedona, the Grand Canyon, and Lake Powell all in one trip. I'm talking about red rocks, big views, and that deep blue water at Lake Powell that looks like a postcard. I'm told September is one of the best times to go with fewer crowds, more comfortable weather, and everything's going to be planned out for us. We just show up. If this sounds like something you'd like to do, please join me because I have always wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. Travelwithdebbie.net. That's travelwithdebbie.net or call Cruise and Tour at 800-383-3131. Space is limited, so don't delay. 800-383-3131. Travelwithdebbie.net.
It's men's Billikens basketball action Friday night as they face VCU. Pre-game 5:45, tip at 6 on your home for Billikens basketball. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 133. Happy Wednesday. Our pal, Dr. Tiffany Osborne from WashU Med joins us. Hello, Doc.
Hey, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I got really sick around Christmas, but I tested negative for COVID and influenza A and B. So I'm not sure what that was, but it was like sort of that you just feel like crap and you got bronchial stuff for like 3 weeks. Have you seen a lot of people with that one?
I have. Yeah. Everybody is, well, not everybody, but majority of people that I see coming in are having something similar. But there's been a lot of flu, lots and lots and lots and lots of flu.
Are you seeing more A or B? I don't know why I'm asking that. I don't know the difference, but just curious.
Yeah, definitely A, and specifically this H3N2 variant. That's predominantly what we're seeing. I'd say nationally, it's about 85% is type A, and I think what we've been seeing in our region has been 85 to 90%.
Guessing it's kind of too late to get a vaccine?
No, definitely not. You can still get a vaccine. I mean, just to put it to you, I mean, the last time that we spoke, I think that there were around 500 cases total, and we were at low status, and we were like thinking, hey, this is great. We're on low status. About 5 or 6 weeks ago, we peaked at 11,000 cases in 1 week. And over the last 4 weeks, we've been vacillating between 6,000 and 7,500 cases a week. So, yeah, we've had 70,000 cases in Missouri. And like I said, about 85% of it has been A, and the majority of that, like 97%, has been that H3N2 strain.
How contagious is the flu? We went through all this with COVID and 6 feet and you can't get it from surfaces and such. How catchable is the common flu?
Common flu is catchable. It's not nearly as catchable as the measles, but it's definitely catchable, and it's still aerosol. And so it's definitely, everybody at work has been very cautious about getting sick.
So I know we're going to talk about measles. My first question, it's going to sound like a political question, and maybe it is a little bit, but it's also practical. Are we even having this meeting on the DGS talking about measles because people stopped vaccinating their kids?
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think I sent Andrew a map from the CDC that shows the vaccine coverage, like by state.
Mm-hmm.
And the vast majority of states are well below the 95% level that we want for the threshold of herd immunity. And remember, herd immunity means that there's enough people typically within the community that are vaccinated, which means it's less likely for those who can't get vaccinated or choose not to be vaccinated, keeps them from getting exposed.
Yeah. So someone like me who was vaccinated probably 57 years ago, I don't know when you get that one, but should I be thinking about getting a booster?
I would say yes. So here's the thing about that. In the 2-dose regimen, which is the most effective regimen, that gets you to a point where you're about 97% vaccine effectiveness. Like it's going to cover you about 97%. So that 2-dose regimen was started in 1989. So if you were born before that, it's possible during your school age years you could have gotten a booster, but you may not have. If you were born 1967 or before, then you also have the chance not only of only having one vaccine, but you might have gotten an ineffective, less effective vaccine. They changed the vaccine that they used at the end of 1967.
Is that one, this is just a completely selfish question, is that one a bad one? If I were to get a measles booster, does it knock you down for a day or two?
So I actually, because I'm a high risk person, right? So I'm high risk because I work where everybody comes when they get sick.
Right.
So I got both of the vaccines, because it's a 2-dose regimen. So I got both of them. And the only thing that I had was like some redness at the site, like some redness and induration, like soreness at the site where I got the injection.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me at all.
Doc, what was that thing that people my age got where you lined up in the cafeteria and there was a guy dressed like an accountant who had a big gun and they shot you in the arm? And I guess that's why I have that nickel-sized scar. Like, what was in that cocktail?
That was polio.
Just that gun was just polio?
Yeah.
Damn.
I have that too.
Damn.
Yeah, I have that too.
I remember it so well. Remember that little plastic thing with the holes in it, like a half a bubble they'd put on you?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Well, one of the things when you were talking about measles is that we've been seeing more and more cases. So we're up a lot higher now as far as like the number of cases that we have. Missouri has 7 cases. Illinois just had 1 case recently for 2026. So yeah, we're getting more and more cases.
So get your kids vaccinated, get a booster if you're my age or older. What else do people need to know about avoiding it?
Yeah, so the number one thing is get the vaccine. Vaccine effectiveness, 97% if you have 2 vaccines. It prevents you from getting the disease. Now, when we talk about the influenza vaccine, that prevents you from getting sick if you get the disease.
Okay.
So it just prevents severe illness.
Yeah.
This prevents you from getting the disease. And it also makes it less severe if you do get the disease. So additionally, if you get the vaccine, you are less likely to spread it to other people if you do get it.
Okay.
Whereas you're
All
4
good
or
reasons.
5 times, you're 4 or 5 times more likely to spread it to someone else if you haven't gotten it. So main things are get the vaccine. If you were born before 1989, then make sure that you're completely covered. You can either do that by going to your doctor and having your levels checked, your immunity levels checked, or you can just go ahead and get the shot. Because if you're going to get stuck with a needle either way, why not just make sure that you're covered? And if you're somebody who is at high risk for exposure, where you work or the people with whom you come in contact, whatever, then and you were born before 1989, you might consider whether or not you want to do 2 rather than just the 1 dose.
Okay, that's great. Dr. Tiffany Osborne from WashU Med. You always have great information. We appreciate it. Thank you, Tiffany.
All right. Thank you. It's great talking with you.
You too. I think I'm going to have to get it. I don't want no measles.
I don't want no measles either.
Sounds awful.
It does. Still got to find a weekend, though, when I can. I'm such an idiot. I almost said I need to find a weekend where I can just lay on my couch. That would be every weekend so that I can get the shingles vaccine.
You were literally texting us last weekend like it's going to be a couch rot weekend.
It was bad.
Saturday, they'll let you just walk in and sign up.
Last weekend was one of the worst days because I got up at like 7 in the morning and I laid on the couch and I went to bed at 8:30 p.m. And I swear to you, I bet I got up 4 times during the day just to like dodder around and eat a chip or something.
Just to feel like you're
just
moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know that feeling.
The damn couch is so comfortable.
It's a diabolical creature.
It's got a hold on me. Did you guys see the Buffalo Wild Wings lawsuit? I hate these people.
No, what I'd like to.
Maybe I should love them like the whistleblowers and people who hold, speak truth to power. But this guy filed a lawsuit against
speaking truth.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
This guy filed a lawsuit saying you can't call them boneless wings because a wing can't be a wing unless it's got a bone in it. And it went all the way through the courts. And finally, this judge just said, shut up. It's just a name. They're not fooling anyone.
Right. No, they're not deceiving anyone. We all know what it is.
He wanted him to change the name to Nuggets.
Who cares?
Right.
Yeah, when that was
just a dude.
Just a customer?
Yeah.
Dude, he should have to
Just
pay.
a man with a mission.
He
It's
should
a
have
guy
to pay
trying to be
every
rich.
cost that was associated with any of that. He should have to cover every legal expense for bringing that in.
I'm sorry, there's something so
Nonsense.
funny about saying speaking truth to power.
That's really funny.
That was really funny.
So you guys know those aren't really wings. Yeah, we know. They're still good. We don't care what they're
Because
called.
you know he felt like Norma Ray.
Yeah. I
Oh
know.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's just like another like classic dumb guy trying to get rich anyway. You know what I mean? Like trying to be like
He wants attention.
mhm.
Also,
that wing's not the only thing that's boneless.
let's say they were trying to
Bingo.
fool everybody. What's the negative side to this? It's chicken.
Right.
You're going to get.
chicken.
You're getting chicken.
It's just
I'm gonna need that sound.
It's chicken.
It's chicken.
it's
You're like, who gives a crap what it is? It's chicken.
He did it again.
Chicken.
chicken.
It's chicken.
You guys said this was one chicken, but it's another chicken.
Justice Wheeler's
Give me
dissenting
money.
opinion. It's chicken.
It's chicken. Like,
Oh,
it's like,
man.
if it's like, all right, I'm a vegan, and you told me it's vegan, but it's got chicken in it. Okay,
Yeah, or
that's
you're
a real
kosher and
complaint.
it's not
Right?
kosher.
That's a real complaint. Yes. When you're saying that, but you just buying chicken.
How many of you think taxes will go up in the future? And if they do, who will get hit the hardest? Maybe it's you, headed for retirement. You've been saving in that 401k or IRA, and that money has never been taxed. And Uncle Sam is looking at that account like it's a big, juicy steak. What can you do about it? Join the All Financial Group for their Taxes in Retirement Seminar, Thursday, February 19th or Tuesday, February 24th. They believe a financial plan is not a retirement plan without a tax plan. Fund your retirement, not Uncle Sam's. Reserve your spot today by calling 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824. Or go to yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Is your furnace on its last legs? Don't wait for a cold night to find out. Jerry Kelly and KMOX are giving you the chance to win a brand new furnace this winter season. Just go online to KMOX.com/contest through March 1st and nominate someone who you think deserves a brand new furnace. Sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Win a brand new furnace. For more information and contest rules, just head to KMOX.com/contest.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
St. Louis has a voice.
KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
That voice has shared our stories from headline to history. From moment to memory.
President George Bush is on his way to St. Louis right now.
Among those voices, Ron Jacober.
Welcome back to the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Working at KMOX is an honor and a responsibility to represent this community. It's one we take seriously. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 149. So Rach kind of said this the other day, and I'm really just kind of parroting what she said. And anytime you talk about what's going on with Savannah Guthrie and her mom, Nancy, you have to do a preamble of, I'm very sorry she got kidnapped, and I am, and I hope they find her, and I hope she's fine. But not only, and I get it, I'm in the media, and we've done this since the Lindbergh baby. Of course, it's going to be on the news. And of course, every little, we have a breakthrough and there's never a breakthrough. But first of all, what a weird deal. This whole thing from the jump, everything about it has just been weird. Secondly, I was watching over the weekend and one of the FBI guys was like, yeah, we have 18,000 leads. And they said, well, there's no way you can run those down. He goes, no, we will. We have teams. We have teams set up, and we have a triage team, and they will triage the leads in priority of which one seemed the most likely. I don't like that. There are a lot of people out there missing right now. Why should Nancy Guthrie get teams of people going through thousands of leads when most people, I'm going to guess, have maybe one or two cops assigned to it? They've got 50 other cases. It just doesn't seem right to me. It's so the attention I get, again, I'm in the media, I get
to a
it.
degree.
To a
I get
degree.
it. Yeah.
What I don't get are the resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be any more important than anybody else.
No.
But she clearly is.
Well, I mean, it's been the case with a lot of celebrity crime stories, right? I mean, there's always the attention is still stupid, but it's understandable, because you know how it is when you're talking about what leads a news program, whatever's going to keep eyeballs, that's what's going to lead.
Yeah.
Right. That's going to be the number one story. If anybody, it's going to keep people watching. They're going to keep doing it. The level of importance doesn't matter. But you would like to think that from a law enforcement perspective, somebody famous has a parent go missing. That's more important than like if my parent went missing. Why?
Yeah.
Totally
agree.
Unless you have evidence that shows some kind of political motivation or, it's like something bigger at the root of the crime.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't know that I would care. If my mom got abducted, I don't think I'd be okay with the fact that it would be a different level of coverage, a different level of interest on the part of law enforcement.
Yeah. Also, I just need this fever dream to stop. This whole thing, this thing that we're calling life right now. I get up today and the first thing I see is friggin' RFK and Kid Rock shirtless working out in like a sauna or something. I don't want it. I don't need it. It shouldn't exist. Everything right now is stupid McNupid.
How does any of that make any sense? So what's Dumbass's official title? What's RFK's official title?
He's the head of DHS.
Okay. No, the FDA.
FDA.
So
no. It's
Health and Human
Services.
HHS. All right. So somebody that's in charge of an important government agency related to health and human services wants to use a promo to get people active and to, quote, eat real food, and you bring in Kid Rock looking like a meth head who's got a long history of substance abuses. Like, okay, so he's in good graces of the administration. You couldn't find anyone better for a message about exercising and eating better than a has-been that half the country doesn't care about, who doesn't take care of himself. He took his shirt off. I was like, geez. And look, I know I'm nothing to look at, and I give RFK Jr. a lot of credit because he looks great. He's really in great shape. But
I don't want to see it,
bro, do you have to do everything shirtless?
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
What are you, a 20-year-old frat boy that's got to show everybody his abs? I mean, for God's sake, when you're 20, great, go for it. When you're in your 70s, chill. You're an important person. Stop being like Putin, taking your shirt off all the time to show everybody. And by the way, stop working out in jeans. You look like an idiot.
Did you see him do the ice bath in jeans?
Ice bath in jeans. What's going on with your legs, bro?
You take those pants off,
You'll
RFK.
take your shirt off nonstop, but you won't wear shorts? You won't work out in sweats?
He likes his jeans.
You got to put your jeans in there?
Rach loves him.
What kind of
I don't
bizarre,
love him.
Rach loves RFK.
what kind
I don't
of
love
bizarre
RFK.
weirdo?
I skimmed some of the video. The part that I'm like, they're they think they're being like funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like they think
dude.
it's like, oh, we're owning the libs. The libs are gonna hate this one, and we're being hilarious right now because
Yeah.
they do like the bald eagle like superimposed over, and that makes me go like, okay, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but RFK's
Not gonna give these guys
always
what they're
getting
looking for.
shirtless. Remember the thing with what's his dumbass Hegseth? Remember they did the pull-up thing, and he, of course, takes his shirt off, wears his jeans. Nobody does that, dude. I mean, again, I give you all the credit in the world. You put in a lot of work on yourself. No shade. But stop being a weirdo. You're supposed to be an important person. You're supposed to be like a reasonable leader, and you're out here like, hey, guys, look at my chest. I'm tan and fit, and I'm in my 70s. Yeah, you're probably taking something else, too. Like,
Oh,
just
shots fired.
chill.
Snap.
Just chill. Put a shirt on and wear some gym pants. For God's sake, man. That's why it's so. But it's not even like what they're saying is not infuriating. What they're saying is okay. Like, hey, eat better food, be active. Good message. Why do you have to look like complete weirdos when you're doing it?
That's what I'm saying. Tell you guys about the Goldman team, and I'm just going to bottom line this for you. I'm going to really bottom line it for you and hurt some feelings. Don't go with your pal who's a real estate agent unless you happen to know independently with some proof other than your buddy's word that they are one of the top real estate agents. Everyone knows someone who's a real estate agent, and that's fine. That's great. I have nothing but respect for people who sell 5 houses a year. Fantastic. But it doesn't compare to people who do it every single day of the year. Like last night I had band practice. I was talking about that. All the guys in my band are pros. That's all they do is play music, and they're like my age. The difference between those guys and like a 25-year-old who's just been taken, it's night and day. The Gelman team are great. They have great communication. They're great negotiators. You're going to pay less for a house. You're going to get more for your house in a quicker amount of time with the least amount of BS on your behalf with the Gelman team. I've done it 3 times. They've been great every time. If you want to find out what your home is worth, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Race car drivers like NASCAR champion Jesse Love are a lot like commercial drivers, pros, but even the best watch the tape to see what they missed and get better next time. The Samsara driving coach does the same for your fleet, giving drivers real-time feedback to build safer habits. Samsara's AI uses billions of miles of real driving data to help fleets prevent accidents and protect drivers.
If it makes me a better driver, it'll make your fleet unstoppable.
Because even champions need a coach. Learn more at samsara.com.
All right, I want to tell you guys about the Schnucks Rewards app. I mention this all the time, but honestly, the Schnucks Rewards app is such a great part of my grocery shopping experience. I highly encourage you to download it if you're a Schnucks shopper. Just looking at my app right now, it's showing me personalized savings. So that's savings on items that I buy the most at Schnucks. This is extremely helpful because I'm looking here at one of my brands of frozen pizza that I'm getting all the time. And you know what? Maybe I wasn't going to pick that up, but now that I see that it's $2 off, I will certainly be picking that up the next time I'm in Schnucks. I can also view the weekly ad straight from my rewards app. And there's a ton of recipes here that I can check out. They have a bunch of Lenten recipes available because Lent starts today. So it's great too, just to kind of get your creativity going and get you out of your comfort zone when it comes to different recipes. Highly encourage you to download this. It's the Schnucks Rewards app. It's free, it's easy, and you earn 2% cash back every time you shop.
When it comes to lighting, Graybar goes beyond parts and products. We help contractors turn plans into smart designs, manage kitting and deliverables, and navigate local codes so you can stay on time and on budget. Smart, scalable, job site ready. That's not just lighting. That's like kicking your project into Graybar mode. Yep, Graybar does that.
This is the story of the one.
As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, we've got some sun. It's 69 degrees downtown at the Arch. Boeing is bringing its defense executives back to the factory floor to oversee a massive production boom in St. Louis. The company is moving its defense headquarters back from Virginia to be closer to its manufacturing lines. The corporate shift aligns with Boeing's $1.8 billion local campus expansion. Executives say they want to be hands-on as the region's 18,000 workers build out new advanced assembly facilities and develop the next generation of combat aircraft. St. Louis County Animal Care and Control is waiving pet adoption fees until they can reduce the number of animals to a safe number. Our Maria Kina talked to the county executive about the overcrowding.
Dr. Page says the operation of the shelter is better than it's ever been, though.
But we still have too many animals. And we have 150 or 170 dogs that need a happy home.
County Animal Care and Control has more than 30 cats for adoption also. And if you are not ready to adopt, you can foster. All the food and supplies you need are provided. Maria Kina, KMOX News.
Retail mogul Les Wexner is looking to clear up rumors of his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. He testified before the House Oversight Committee in a closed-door meeting in Ohio following allegations from lawmakers that the Justice Department tried to cover up the billionaire's connections to the convicted sex offender. Torian Small has more from Capitol Hill.
Republican Thomas Massey pressed Attorney General Pam Bondi at a hearing last week on why Wexner's name was redacted on a list of co-conspirators. Bondi called it an error and said it was corrected and appeared unredacted at least 4,000 times throughout the Epstein files. Wexner's attorneys maintains he's done nothing wrong and claims he cut ties with Epstein in 2006. Torian Small, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Missouri's motion media production tax credit program is paying off, according to the Missouri Film Office.
Last year, $15.7 million in tax credits resulted in almost $40.7 million in spending and jobs for more than 2,100 people. In all, 54 productions qualified for the state incentives. The biggest production was an episode of Ted Lasso in Kansas City, and Chasing Summer, filmed in St. Louis, premiered at this year's Sundance Film Festival. Altogether, there were 13 feature films, 3 documentaries, 2 narrative shorts, 9 unscripted TV series, 4 scripted series, and 23 commercials, all filmed in Missouri. Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
From the business desk, Uber is making a big investment in a charging network for its future autonomous vehicle fleet. Here's Jason Brooks.
Uber says it's going to invest $100 million into a fast charging station network, initially targeting San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Dallas. The San Francisco-based company says it's planning to offer autonomous rideshare services in at least 10 cities by the end of this year as it looks to catch up to Waymo while Tesla tests its robotaxi. As part of the $100 million investment, Uber will develop fast charging hubs and open fast charging pit stops at other locations in major U.S. cities.
Alphabet-owned Waymo, which is in St. Louis, says it delivered 15 million autonomous rides in 2025, tripling what it did the year before. The Dow from Stifel up 88 points to 49,621. We've got some road work on 70 East at First Capitol Drive in the left lane. Also road work on 55 going south at 44 in the right lane.
Springtime in the air this afternoon, partly to mostly sunny, windy from the south, and we're warming up to about 72 for the high, 74 the record from 1971. It's going to be really close. Then tonight, partly cloudy skies, 49. Thursday, partly sunny, cold front coming through late in the day, I think, on Thursday with some fast-moving showers and thunderstorms, windy and 73, but dropping temperatures during the afternoon. down to 38 Thursday night. Friday, sunny and 51. Let's keep going. Saturday, partly sunny and 43, but some snow flurries developing Saturday afternoon and some light snow around Saturday night as we fall to 27. Sunday, partly sunny and 38. Yes, you're correct. Winter is not over. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is a blue sky at the moment, 69 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Sponsored by Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty 314-325-6888.
Need to sell your home and you want the most money? The name to remember is Gloria Lou. Yes, Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty at 314-325-6888 and start packing.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. A few minutes past 2 p.m. So, as you guys know from listening, I come from an artistic background. I fancy myself a creative, been making my living for 25 years just doing creative stuff. So not only do I have a passion for it and passion for artists, but I have a passion for featuring them. You know, it's my show. It's 4 hours. We have the time. And I met Davide a couple weeks ago and said, hey, let's just do this like once a month. And so you're doing something with Fox 2 as well.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And we have our first artist in today, Alicia LaChance.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I looked at your stuff. It's incredible. It's bold. I love it.
Oh, thanks.
How did you okay, first of all, you're a St. Louis girl.
Yep.
Yeah. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Webster Groves.
Very nice.
Yeah, good old Webster.
Full of artists.
Full of artists,
Yeah.
actually, especially in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm always fascinated by this. So you're in art class, you can draw, you can paint, and at some point you go, I think I might want to do this. Like, walk me through that.
Oh, well, my brother got me into it, but really the original was my grandma Hartman and my mom. And there were 11 children, and either they fell into the sciences or the arts.
Okay.
So we grew up around it. And my parents, they were pickers essentially. And we would travel all over picking up old Americana
Wow.
and restoring it. So a lot of the information comes from graphics on old jukeboxes or
I love
slot
that.
machines and pinballs, things like that. So
That's
really, I
super
have to
cool.
credit both my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
And may I say one thing?
Of course.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Aw.
William LaChance turned 80 today.
Oh, happy birthday,
Happy
man.
birthday, Bill.
He's an awesome guy.
That's a good number, too.
Sounds like a good upbringing.
Yeah, it really was an adventure almost all the time.
Yeah.
So thanks for asking.
Are you a little bit of a hoarder from all of the picking?
According to my friends, yes,
Me
I just
too.
call it.
Me too.
It's just cool stuff in my book.
Yeah. I'm terrible. I
makes
swear to
three.
God, I've got 10 unopened eBay packages. It could be a penguin. Like, I have no idea what I'm buying. But yeah, I'm obsessed with things from my childhood. And we used to, way back before Phoebe was born, we would go estate sailing every Saturday. And I loved it.
Oh.
Just picking through it, Ed guy stuff. You know,
Yeah, the sense of possibility. I think that's
Absolutely.
the thrill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you develop your own style?
Honestly, I think it really came from this idea. My parents, when they would fix these old antiques up, the Dutch and Japanese people started to buy these things. And so there was an information there that these were World War countries that had been influenced by both world wars.
Yeah.
And what really appealed to them was all the stuff that they saw in old American films. So suddenly I realized that an object can be more than just a jukebox or that item, but you can infuse things with hope.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the takeoff point for me. So I realized that color is hope. The materiality can bring hope. So those things.
I've always wondered about this. So I can draw better than the average bear, but I haven't done any real art for a really long time. And I'm not sure I've ever really done really art. But when you do it, is it typical that you'll have a vision and you make that vision happen? Or it's more like it's just you and the canvas and you're going to see what happens?
There's usually a little bit of a spark, but then you get in the zone. And once you're in like the fugue state after like 4 hours of serious focus, that's when it really starts to come together.
Yeah.
And you're just instinctually kind of putting color next to color. And
So do you do your works in hours or weeks?
it depends. Now that I'm older, weeks. There were times when I would sit down and do like a 14-hour session without stopping.
Yeah.
A little obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you consider? Do you think you're very judgmental of yourself? Maybe back in your early career.
oh, you mean looking back at the early
Yeah.
stuff? Oh yes.
Yeah.
How do you do that digital scrub?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't listen to shows from 25 years ago. Just can't do it. Like that's a different guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you want to do now? Like you still have a long life to live. Like where do you want to take your art?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really interested in this idea of the collective kind of spirit and, this idea that we're all sort of feeling the same thing. So I've always looked at art as a vehicle for hope. And I'm really focusing on process and kind of creating these works that feel infused with light and meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kind of step back from the super bold stuff and really just sort of work on what feels like health,
Yeah.
like for the spiritual self.
Do you work every day?
I do. Yeah. In some form or another.
Yeah.
So
I saw Mike Myers one time on what was that show about they have the Hollywood stars? It was the Actor Studio. And the guy said, "How do you write such amazing, brilliant things?" He said, "I'll tell you how. Because I write every single day. And I usually write crap. And maybe once a month, I'll write something good. And then there's Wayne's World,
Right. Yeah.
Is it similar with you?
Keep the muscles hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
The mus-
cool.
and yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about her?
So I've known her for a long time in the art world, since at least around 2000-ish, when I got involved with starting a nonprofit called Art Dimensions of St. Louis. And we were just trying to find different ways to unite the artistic community, because in that time it was very fragmented, I should say. And I knew a lot of talented people graduating from schools, and they were going to other markets to get paid for their value. And so a friend of mine, Mike Landau, and myself were like, if we don't do this, who will? Because we feel like we love St. Louis as much as you can love St. Louis. So if we're not willing to make the sacrifices to try to unify the people we know that have talent here and create a vehicle for them to survive in, who would really do that for them? And so we started this Art Dimensions and had a community meal every month where I would cook a big meal. We invite everybody in that we knew, and they would bring their friends. So there was no starving artists amongst us. And we figured out ways, we'd listen to who was showing where, we'd all go support it. And that just really built up. And we had people starting to stay in St. Louis. After a few years, we knew some people move into St. Louis for the art. And that was lasted about 15 years. And in that mix, I came across Alicia several times where we were honored enough to have her art in our gallery. I remember the last one was at 2720. We had a gallery above the music venue there. And she had these just magnificent square pieces that as soon as I hung them, everybody wanted to buy one.
Neat.
I mean, it was just automatic. And so it's just, it's very special when you have someone that talented.
Yeah.
And so, it's an honor to have her here. And we have her featured as the headliner for the Art Fusion show coming this Friday, 5 to 10 on the Laclede's Landing.
That's a segue right there. He knows what he's doing.
Professional.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that's all out of love. The passion I have to bring the artists together, and hence the name of the show is Show of Love. And so Art Fusion has a lot of that same background and trying to unite the community. It seems like, St. Louis has gone through a little bit of a cycle where the different parts of the community got strong, and then it takes a couple steps back here and there.
Yeah.
And right now downtown, the district seems to have taken a couple steps back. And so it's very important for an art gallery like Art Fusion to have openings that are inviting people from all around the city, from Illinois as well, to come down and enjoy the downtown district and the Laclede's Landing, where the history of the St. Louis is started there.
Yeah.
And we've gotten away from it. And Alicia and I were talking about it on the way here, how the city's gotten away from the water. And that was its lifeline at one point. And so, sometimes I feel like the city's a little lost at sea, and, and it needs to be guide it a little bit of where its roots are, why it's headed that direction, things of that nature, the basics for a city. And which also segue into this one, why it's very important to back the St. Louis Artist of the Month that we've created. And I thank you for seeing the importance in that and having us on here to talk about the Artist of the Month.
And just to add something, I'm even more frou-frou and existential than you, because going back to ancient times, going back to the atrocities of World War II, there have always been artists.
Yes.
And they're so important.
Yes, that document our history,
Yes.
even 3,000 years ago to today. Yes, it's very important. They document trauma in the community, document happiness, document political strife, wars, everything that we see from the Egyptians or from the artists that are on the walls.
That's right.
So it's very
Yeah,
important.
the earliest paintings on the caves with the hands and
Oh my gosh, yes,
bison
in
and
France,
things like
yep,
that. It's one of
mhm.
the first, to me, that's one of the first times when I go, there's a human.
Yeah.
There's a modern
that cave
human.
you're talking about where all those handprints are there. Anytime I see that image, I mean, I just get
Yeah.
chills just thinking about those moments.
I've always wanted to get that tattoo. I think that'd be kind of a
that
cool
would be
tattoo to
awesome.
have.
That is a great tattoo.
Meat and potatoes, kind of an awkward question for both of you. How do you price your stuff? Like, do you just look at it and you go, this is $6,000? Easy.
I have artists ask me that all the time. And the only thing I could prescribe to them is that how much you want to get paid per hour, just like any other professional, and then just add up your time and materials on that. And from there, that'll give you some kind of guidance. But I'll throw that over to the pro over here with Alicia.
Yeah, it seems galleries have sort of set the rate, and then when I'm working from St. Louis, I always feel a little embarrassed by that.
Yeah.
So I tend to just cut that in half.
Reel it in a little bit.
because, there's it's almost like charging double. But if you're working with the artist or a gallery like Art Fusion, then it's not as kind of, I don't know.
You've done it so many times now, but what does it feel like to sell a piece of art?
Humbling, a little, it makes you shy, but you're wildly grateful. And then as the years clip on and you start to realize that you've kind of grown up with certain collectors or like their families. And then you're just so humbled because it's like, this is what sustained my children and I, so.
And your family for
That's
generations.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so great. So the Show of Love is this Friday, the 20th. Exhibit opens at 5 p.m., goes till 10 p.m. There's art, there's music. General admission is only $10. VIP admission is $30. It is at 727 North 1st Street down on the Landing, my old stomping grounds. What else do people need to know?
That we're opening the Landing back up to the city. It has kind of been cut off from the city since COVID. And it's really reopening back up to the city now. There's several new lofts opening. There's a brand new business called Cobblestone Cafe, which is like a bodega with coffee shop and lunch and dinner and a bar. So it facilitates a lot of the needs for the Landing right now. Hopefully there'll be more of those because there'll be more people coming down on a regular.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous space, highly photogenic. You're looking at the Eads Bridge and the arch and the cobblestones. And when you walk into the space, it's 2 stories of comfort and people and community.
Very cool.
So in need of community. But I think the number one is that Davide's mom, who has a restaurant background, is making focaccia.
Oh, very nice.
With the VIP ticket, you get a piece of focaccia, parking, 2 drink tickets, and then a dessert from Cobblestone. It'll be cheesecake with chocolate. And
Great way to spend a Friday
strawberries.
night.
Yeah.
Other than this exhibit, Alicia, how do people find your work?
Oh, Instagram at Alicia_LaChance_.
Very nice. Not only are you a great artist, you seem like a lovely person.
Oh, shoot. Thanks.
Fact.
Thank you. Well, Davide is the real deal. So.
I'm Mark Solinger, producer and one of the hosts of the Moth podcast. For nearly 2 decades, The Moth has brought live storytelling to stages around the world and to millions of listeners. These are real people telling true stories from their lives. Stories about a lost family recipe, about working to free a wrongfully convicted man, about realizing you need to leave your May-December romance. Stories that will move you, surprise you, make you laugh. Stories you can't forget. Join us. Follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
So there are live endorsement clients who I struggle with, and I will quite often tell you during a live, like, this is a tough one for me, and I'll tell you why. Michael's Baths is probably the easiest live I have right now. And just to give you a little look into my world, you know, I say goodbye to Davide and to Alicia and give them both hugs. And Rachel's like, okay, Michael's Baths in 30 seconds. And I have to change my mindset, get ready to tell you guys about Michael's Baths. But it's really easy. It's like a relief. Like, oh, this one's easy. Because everyone has multiple bathrooms. And at some point, whether you're just in an older house or it's just dated or maybe it's safety issues, there's someone who's a fall risk, you want to remodel a bathroom. There's Bathfitter, there's 3-Day Kitchen and Bath, there's any number of national companies out there. We do what they do, but we do it better. We have all made in the USA products that are just superior to theirs. We're local. Mike's been doing nothing but bathroom remodeling now for 30 years, so he's really good at it, and his job bosses like Tony are fantastic. So you're going to have a great experience. You're going to get a great remodel, and it's going to cost you between 30 and 50% less than anywhere else. 636-775-0800, michaelsbaths.com.
The Missouri Valley Conference men's basketball tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union One, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
Hey guys, Glover here for Zero Res. Zero Res wants to give your home a little extra love. This week only, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $109 plus a 4th room for free. Book online by February 20th at ZeroResSTL.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
A century strong. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS and KMOX. I hope you guys enjoyed those artist spotlights. I do, and I just have it in my heart to help out creatives as much as I can. Sandra says we need another Mississippi Nights. Amen, sister. I was so privileged to play a few gigs there with my band, and man, that was just the place. It was just fantastic. Where was your place to see shows? Did you have something like that back home?
We didn't really do much of that one. I mean, I guess it depends on where you are, because I didn't spend much time. I mean, I was 18 when I left where I grew up. So it's not like we did much. You know, you had the big places that would be like
big arena shows
or whatever. Yeah. But then in college, there were all kinds of places. Fort Lauderdale had a whole row of clubs. We used to go to there. Miami Beach had its own, but those were different. Usually those were more dancey. The rock clubs were more up like Hollywood,
I
Fort
know
Lauderdale.
you were 19
and
looking for girls, but the club scene just seems so not you.
Well, when you're 18, everything's you. You're like, what? Where? That's where cool people are? All right, let's go there.
You didn't like the music, though.
Didn't really care one way or the other. It's just they were cool places, man. They're like the coolest bars literally on the beach. You walk out the back deck and you're on the beach. You're on the ocean. So just that combined with the people that were there. And you're going with a group of friends. So you're just mostly goofing around.
Yeah, that's how Roxana was.
Mostly swinging and missing.
And Rach, you've still never been to a club?
I mean, I've been to clubs like, to see bands play and stuff, but I've never been to like Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah.
That's just really, I mean, can you guys even picture me in that situation? Honestly.
I can picture you and you're very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would be like.
Do those places actually exist?
Crying.
I mean, in our day, they were lousy with them.
Everywhere.
Everywhere had a club.
They exist.
Yeah, they definitely do. It's smaller in number, probably more spread out.
Yeah.
Than they used to be. But I mean, like, for example, they were probably the ones that I'm sure there are some here. But I bet there were a lot more 20, 30 years ago when downtown was hopping more, because typically those things are in a downtown type area.
Yeah.
I mean, like in Miami they were scattered all over the place because the whole area is where people hang out. But most of the biggest ones were South Beach. And then you had some Coconut Grove, which is not too far away. And then obviously if you go up the coast, everywhere had them. Fort Lauderdale, because at the time that was one of the big spring break spots.
We were just talking about Jack and Diane outside the Tasty Freeze on the Sweet 16.
Sucking on chili dogs.
There's only one Tasty Freeze left in the world. At one point, there were 2,000 of them. Now there's one in Alaska, and that's it.
The DQ won that war.
Mm-hmm.
DQ.
According to a new report, the average couple has a bedtime gap of 80 minutes. So the first one in the couple goes to bed, and then 80 minutes later, the second one goes to bed.
Let's see
I have maybe closer to 45, 40 usually.
Ours is probably about 4 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple days.
Now, are you talking about like sleepy time, or like just when you go to go in there and get yourself settled into the bed? I'm talking about like
you take this wherever you want to take it, big boy.
Like
talking about sleep time, or we just talking about anything?
As an example, for me, when I go to bed, I'm literally putting my head on the pillow and falling asleep. That's what I do.
Just one more thing we hate about you.
But like for
he just said that to me.
I know.
But for Susan, it's
Slept
more like
2 hours
I'm gonna
last
go
night.
in bed and I'm gonna read a little bit and I'm gonna like take the process time to do so there's that window could be an hour.
Yeah.
So like if we're measuring from the time that you just go in there to start the process of going to bed versus being asleep.
Andrew, you told us very bravely last week that when you go to bed, you only sleep in your socks.
Uh-huh.
Do you sleep in your socks you wore all day, or do you have sleepy socks?
I usually sleep in the socks I wore all day.
Okay.
Yeah. No reason to overcomplicate things.
Yeah. I had that thought last night. I'm like, I can't wait to ask him.
Why did you have that thought?
'Cause I had my socks on. I was going to bed and I had my socks on. And I'm like, I wonder if he just wears these straight into bed.
Believe me, a nude sleeper is not interested in overcomplicating. Yeah.
It's all about simplicity, right?
Yeah, it's all about as simple as possible.
Rach, you want to talk about Lombardo?
I would love to talk about Lombardo Homes and Sutton Farms. Let me get the copy pulled up here. Now, one thing I do know about Sutton Farms is this is going to be a community with resort-style amenities without you even having to leave your neighborhood. So there's going to be a clubhouse, a dog park, sports courts, a children's playground, a game room with pool and shuffleboard. So plenty to do, and you don't even have to leave your neighborhood. Plus, you can choose from Lombardo's Parkside series. That's our newest home designs, or build your dream home with our Nature or Tradition series custom options. And this is all happening out in Wentzville.
Yeah, there are a couple dozen communities like this. You can pick like, oh, I like this more pastoral thing. I like the more active. Oh, they have pickleball. They have a pool. Or you can build on your own lot if you own some land or you inherit something. or what Mike Van Pammel, my friend who is the president of Lombardo, loves to do is he loves to find you places, especially he is a huge lover of like horse country, out wine country, double D and F and all that. You're looking for a place out there, Lombardo is the place to go. You can find them at lombardohomes.com.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Miklasz. 3 voices, 1 hour, all Cardinals. From roster battles in Jupiter to pennant races in St. Louis, the Redbird Rush Hour delivers. The Redbird Rush Hour, weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
100 years. That's how long Overhead Door Company of St. Louis has been repairing and replacing garage doors. A century of trust in St. Louis. Always look for the iconic red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis for same-day repair service and no extra charge for evening or Saturday service. Trust your friends at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. That's overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America free concerts.
Springtime in the air this afternoon, partly to mostly sunny, windy from the south, and we're warming up to about 72 for the high, 74 the record from 1971. It's going to be really close. Then tonight, partly cloudy skies, 49. Thursday, partly sunny, cold front coming through late in the day, I think, on Thursday with some fast-moving showers and thunderstorms, windy and 73, but dropping temperatures during the afternoon. Down to 38 Thursday night. Friday, sunny and 51. Let's keep going. Saturday, partly sunny and 43, but some snow flurries developing Saturday afternoon and some light snow around Saturday night as we fall to 27. Sunday, partly sunny and 38. Yes, you're correct. Winter is not over. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Don't miss the U.S. Air Force's Shades of Blue Jazz Ensemble, February 25th through March 4th. Enjoy big band swing, patriotic favorites, and more. Get free tickets and locations at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler here. I want to tell you about my friends at Game Day Men's Health. And again, you can find out a whole lot more at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. But what they're really great at is finding solutions to the problems that you're dealing with, right? So for me, energy was kind of down. Workouts were hard. Look, I was just my age, right? So 9 months ago, I got to pop into Game Day Men's Health, did a consultation, did the blood work that goes along with that. All of that was done in less than an hour. And we had a plan. Through the blood testing, we realized, all right, so testosterone numbers are low. Let's get you back to normal. And ever since then, I have felt like I did 10, 12 years ago because my body's operating at that level. So that might be a great solution for you. Maybe that's not a problem for you at all. Maybe you're thinking about medical weight loss, and they have great options there. Game Day's got their own pharmacy. Every plan that they oversee is put together, developed, supervised by board-certified medical professionals. And on the medical weight loss side, they offer it to men and women. And because they have their own pharmacy, they can get you pretty good prices on those meds as well. So whether it's those two things or help in the bedroom, whatever you need. I mean, peptides, man, if you're training for a race of some kind or you're just working on physical goals, they got a lot of great options when it comes to peptides too. You just need to stop dealing with what you're dealing with and go visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com, set up your consultation, and start getting back to the top of your game with Game Day Men's Health.
It's men's Billikens basketball action Friday night as they face VCU. Pre-game 5:45, tip at 6 on your home for Billikens basketball. KMOX.
This is the Dave Glover Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 104.1 FM. Beautiful day out there. Enjoy it. Tomorrow's going to be even warmer, but I think a little bit rainier. And then this weekend, we're going to get back into the 30s and such. Hey, Andrew, you want to see Wheeler go crazy?
Oh, no.
I would love to.
Stephen A. Smith for president, baby.
This makes me mad, too.
Can we just stop being stupid? I keep seeing this come up all the time, and he's like, I wouldn't rule it out.
You should rule it out.
You should rule it out because you're not qualified and I'm not either. And we need to be better. We need to be better as a country of realizing what we are and are not qualified to do. Because we got unqualified people in all kinds of places, and it's not making anything better.
Okay, I have some questions about Stephen A. Smith.
All right.
When he's making all of these political comments, like in what context is he making? Is he making them on ESPN?
No, he had a podcast for a while where he would go off sports. He jumps on Fox News. He's been on other things. So he doesn't typically do too much of that in the sports context, unless it's a sports related political issue.
Okay.
And again, I don't hate Stephen A. Smith. Like, I've known him. I knew him for a long. I mean, I did like 2 weeks worth of shows with him before he was a TV personality, when he was just a basketball writer at the Philadelphia Inquirer, and he was great. Great guy, great personality, and I don't always love his takes. I think sometimes they're very shallow, but when you're forced to give hot takes every day, you're going to have some stupid ones. And he's getting a big fat paycheck to do it, so I'll respect that. But, I mean, come on, man. At some point, don't you just go, I yell about sports on TV. Why should I be president? I don't understand. I mean, I guess you make that much money and you hang out with important people and you think you're an important person too. And he is in a way, right? I mean, in the sports world, he is. He's an influential guy. He's very successful. He's made a lot of money. I tip my cap. But, man, know your limitations. You have no policy experience. You have no leadership experience.
Is it any different than if a lifelong politician decided they wanted to be on ESPN?
No. I said the exact same thing, almost word for word, when they put Rush Limbaugh in the Monday Night Football booth.
That was a debacle.
Like, come on. He doesn't know anything about what he's talking about. He's a fan like the rest of us. He's just sitting on his couch watching. He may be interested in it. It doesn't mean he knows anything about it. And that was a obvious ratings ploy because he had a big audience and you're trying to bring more of those people to the television set. So I understood it, but it didn't make it make sense. And I understand if you're Stephen A. and you've got people, you know what you should do. I'm sure it's hard to ignore it. But my God, we're talking about like if someone off the street just, like I'm going to apply for Stephen A.'s job. Well, if you've never done TV, you're not going to be a candidate.
This is probably going to be an unpopular take. But when Trump first hit the stage, I was open to him because I was very open to someone who wasn't a lifelong politician.
Sure.
And I even said, let's get a business person. Let's get someone who's a CEO. Well, it's hard for me to tease out my loathing of him as a person and non-politicos as president. But as important as the president is and what the president knows and what the president's background is, it's just as important to me what sort of friends he has, because I don't want another administration like this in my lifetime with RFK and Tulsi Gabbard and just all of the Kash Patel.
Well,
so my point is, from now on, it is important to me that you know how the government works, that you have some background in this. It's your expertise. You understand world events. You understand foreign policy. I didn't think it was important 10 years ago, and now I do.
Yeah, well, I don't know that his background is the problem. His problem is that he values loyalty over competence.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
he's got bigger problems than
if,
that.
If you kiss his ass, you're in good with him. You don't have to be good at your job. And that's fine if you're the CEO because it's your company, right? You own it. You deal with the stockholders if they are stockholders. Like, that's fine. But the country isn't a company. And it's not about installing sycophants. We should be having the like really, truly qualified people running things. A guy who happened to serve in those armed forces, who then went on to work on television forever, is not qualified to run the Department of Defense. He just isn't. Like, just having served isn't enough. How many people have served? Millions. They're not all qualified to run that agency, but probably someone who was an admiral or who was a general or who spent 40 years in that institution and understands it at every level, that's the person that should be in that position. Or someone who has significant policy experience in that world. Like, I understand not everybody that runs the Department of Defense has a military background. I know that some of them have been civilians, but you have policy experience, you have understanding of things, and not just from the position of a TV host. And so I guess that's probably why the Stephen A thing is as annoying to me as it is we're continuing down this path where we don't value the quality of someone's work. We only value loyalty and your ability to get clicks and your ability to be recognized on camera.
Latest example of that, I've been saying that no president should have the right to unilaterally knock down half the White House. I don't care if you put in a bowling alley. I don't care if you put in a basketball hoop. I don't care. But Trump, Kennedy, AOC, The Rock, I don't care who is president next, should not have the right to knock down the East Wing. So there is this board of curators that we've had for 116 years. And they're typically professors of architecture and things like that. And when you make a major change to the White House, it goes to this board and they approve it or they don't approve it. He just named a new member to the board yesterday, and she's a 26-year-old assistant to the president. So it's not like every 26-year-old is an idiot. That's not the case. But when you're typically appointing 75-year-old architects,
If you guys are ever bored, go look at how many senior people in the Pentagon have been let go under Hegseth. Experienced people that were always at the highest level. I mean, like, and they're moved out because they won't just be yes people. That's not how this is supposed to work. I mean, this isn't China or Russia, where your primary qualification for being in a position of power is that you will agree with your superior. Like, we are supposed to be above that. We've always set this up so that you don't have to be a sycophant to be in an important position in the government. In fact, that's part of the checks and balances, is that you have people that are smart, that are willing to say, this is a bad idea. We shouldn't do this. That is the important part. And again, all we have at the moment is this. I mean, think about how many people got fired in the first run through in the first 4 years. And it was because some of them dared to have an opinion. Well, you're hiring people. Shouldn't their opinions matter? If it's all about fidelity and loyalty, well, then you're not going to have quality. And that means we all pay the price because things don't go the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah, I agree. Tell you guys about my friend John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. He could absolutely help you out if you're a W-2 employee and you're looking to save for retirement and you wanted 401k and XYZ. What he loves, though, what he spends most of his time on, what his passion is doing that for business owners and entrepreneurs, because you have a different life. The way you report your income, the way you deduct things from your taxes, the way you think, right? I'm not that guy. I don't consider myself a visionary. But if you are, you need someone helping you with your finances who also is a visionary. That's John Moriarty. He can be aggressive. He can pull back. He's excellent. He has a huge EQ, so he's excellent at just sort of reading people and understanding where you are at in your life, in your business. Maybe you are ready to step down and hand your business over to the family. Maybe you want to sell it to a longtime employee. Jomo can help you do any of those things. Just have a cup of coffee with him. See if you jive together. Just go to e3wealth.com.
Every spring brings promises, and every spring delivers surprises. This year, the Cardinals are writing a new story, and there will be plenty of surprises. Matt Pauley is in Jupiter with inside access to Camp Cardinals.
Presented by St. Louis Composting. Composting, growing gardens and making memories. And Happy Roof. We always create happy endings.
From breakout performances to roster revelations, get reports throughout the day on the voice of the Cardinals. KMOX.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Lose the weight or stop smoking. Guaranteed only $59.99. Saturday, March 7th at the Residence Inn by Marriott, St. Louis Westport in St. Louis. Weight loss hypnosis starts at 11 a.m. Registration at 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking starts at 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Breakfast burritos for the morning brainstorm. Easy Cater. Paninis for the lunch and learn. Easy Cater. Barbecue for the clients from Boston. Easy Cater. Brownie boxes and mini bundt cakes for Brenda's workiversary. Easy Cater. One simple platform to feed any size group with food they love from favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Easy Cater. All the food for your workplace, all in one place. Start an order at easycater.com.
Because we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see lots of lawyers' ads. Most seem to be bragging on results, but are they true or misleading? For example, in some cases, a firm may try a case even though the at-fault party has no lawyer, then brag in the ad about their results. My son Matt got one for nearly $50 million, but we never collected one dime. Some lawyers may say they got a result even though they were sitting second chair at a firm like mine, and even though they had little to do with it. Happens all the time. All that glitters is not gold. At Morgan & Morgan, our results are real. Visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts to see for yourself what your case may be worth before you hire a law firm. Do your homework. Fact check. It's easy and too important not to. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
For all station contest rules, go to KMOX.com/rules.
Welcome back, DGS 247. I am such a show and tell guy, which I guess is good for this job. I just went back to my office on the break, and I brought my baseball glove in today to show my friend Kev. And I almost brought it back to show people on the stream. No one on the stream wants to see my new baseball glove.
That's not true. I bet they would love to see it.
Let me go get it.
Go get it. We'll fill time for you.
But when I was a kid and we would have show and tell every week in grade school, I was just beside myself because I didn't give a rat's ass about your Hulk hands. I have a tarantula paperweight here that you need to see. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe life's like that, or maybe I'm just a dick, where I don't care what you're showing. I need to show you something.
I think that's kind of the point of show and tell.
I didn't care about their show and tell, though.
No, I know. But the point is that they're trying to teach you that you should have interest in other people's because they'll have interest in yours. And
you just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it being a teaching exercise.
Yeah, I think that's
I thought it was all about
did
narcissism. Here's a thing I have that you need to see.
That's so funny.
For real. I haven't thought that in 61 years. I never thought like maybe they're trying to impart some life.
I mean,
lesson.
it's I'm sure it's more than that, right? I'm sure it's trying to get shy kids to,
Yeah.
participate and show something that they're interested in. Because when you're interested, you're going to be a little bit more talkative. But it is also, I think, a little bit about learning about your classmates. Because later on, what do you have to do all the time?
Yeah.
You do have to be interested in other people at some point.
Or at least be able to fake it.
Yeah, that too.
True.
That we're all pretty good at that, though. I mean, come on, let's be honest. You're not a grown human if you don't fake that sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, Andrew, can I bring you in on this? Have you guys seen the story of the Chipotle CEO who I guess was on a hot mic? And he said that Chipotle is not interested in people who make less than $100,000 a year. That they are focusing on people who make $100,000 a year or more. And so he's taking some crap.
Well, I think that's a misguided marketing plan because most of the people that I know that eat there a lot don't make $100,000 a year.
See, remember the Chipotle boys?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was like finance bros living and working in like Manhattan, and their whole thing was we eat Chipotle all the time because it's convenient and easy for us, and we're hitting our protein goals and what have you. It does not surprise me that Chipotle would pivot to this because they can't bring, I mean, they're not going to bring the prices down. So it does make sense to me, like business-wise, to make the play for we want the higher earners and we want to present ourselves as just like a convenience move for them.
Is it like, I don't get Chipotle very often. Is it more expensive than your typical fast casual?
Yeah, maybe a little. It's not dirt cheap to eat there, but it's not more expensive than like, going out to a restaurant.
My normal order there is $12.50.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And that's a full ass bowl, chicken, rice, black beans, the whole deal. And I could get that in a burrito. I choose not to, but if you wanted more, if you're hungrier, you can get the shell on it too.
Maybe it's because my tastes have changed. Maybe it's because I no longer drive anywhere. I just get it delivered. And everything delivered is 40% worse.
Oh.
But
and 50% more expensive.
But when I get Chipotle, I'm always like,
So 60% of their core users are already over $100,000 a year in income.
Oh.
So they're wanting to lean into that.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I'm there, I see like 20 high school age people with broccoli heads and just buying protein bowls.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, great. It's not, again, I'm not sure I understand what, I don't know. I don't understand a lot of the Chipotle thing, right? I don't understand the idea that it's too expensive because it's not, it's $1 more than ordering a meal at McDonald's. Now, if you're getting the bowl and chips and queso and a drink and you're getting all that, okay, now it's 15. Now it's 15 if you're going to get the extras. But I mean, those bowls are 1,000 calories. They're not exactly light on what you need to get by and to fill you up.
I don't intend for this to be a whole segment, but I'm not watching the Olympics at all, but I'm aware of the big stories. And our male figure skater, the quad god, who ended up in 8th place.
Yep.
Amber Glenn, who ended up in 13th place.
Yep.
I just want to talk about it. Just how fascinating that is to me. That the absolute best of the best, who have done this since they were 3 years old, who have this amazing physical gift and mental focus, you can still screw the pooch. It's just fascinating to me when people do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I would also, as a sports guy, argue that the people that are actually the best of the best are the ones that don't do that in the biggest spots.
Interesting.
I mean, like, what makes Tom Brady great? What makes Derek Jeter great? What makes any athlete great is that when the most pressure exists, their performance doesn't waver. Now, that doesn't mean that these people aren't incredible, right? I mean, Ilya Malinin is incredible. But to be considered a great, it's what you do on the biggest stage that people are going to judge, not what you did in some random competition a year and a half ago or what you did leading up to the Olympics or whatever. And this is not to diminish him. It's just to make that point that what sets the greats apart is that they don't do that they don't run into the block in a big spot. It doesn't mean you're not great at what you do, But the greats, the GOATs, those elites of the elites, that's what makes them that.
Yeah.
Is they get it, and they don't do it every time, though, right? Michael Jordan didn't make every big shot. Tiger Woods didn't make every big putt. But they made him in the biggest spots, and that's what you remember.
Speaking of athletics, I am going to lose 20 pounds the next 2 months for baseball and playing in the band and health. And a couple nights ago, I hadn't eaten all day. I was going to eat something really light, but I was pretty hungry. And then I remembered you saying for baseball that mass is gas. And I'm like,
Dave's like, I want to throw hard.
Can't get too skinny.
It's also distance on your dingers, too.
Hey, leave my dinger out of this.
Mustn't with the dinger.
Dave's like, maybe I should be adding weight.
Let's see if I get up to 230.
See if I can throw. You're going to add those extra 3 or 4 miles an hour.
He's not very skillful, but he is fat. So he can throw like a banshee.
Well, I mean, the mass that these guys talk about isn't the kind that I'm good at putting on. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see too many of them out there throwing harder because they're developing, what do you call it? A boiler around the midsection.
Never heard it called a boiler.
Yeah. You know, looks like a big old like hot water tank.
Little chubby cutlets in the back.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Lance Story Law Firm has helped thousands of clients navigate the best resolution plans, and we tell you up front exactly how much it'll cost. Tax resolution law is all we do. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Lance Story Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Call today to schedule your free consultation with me, 314-260-6120, or visit lance.drurylaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
For 100 years, KMOX has been a part of St. Louis. Now, those moments live on, preserved, remastered, and ready to be heard again. Discover KMOX from the Archives, a podcast featuring classic audio from a century of service.
Sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original.
The KMOX from the Archives podcast, available now at KMOX100.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Race car drivers like NASCAR champion Jesse Love are a lot like commercial drivers, pros, but even the best watch the tape to see what they missed and get better next time. The Samsara driving coach does the same for your fleet, giving drivers real-time feedback to build safer habits. Samsara's AI uses billions of miles of real driving data to help fleets prevent accidents and protect drivers.
If it makes me a better driver, it'll make your fleet unstoppable.
Because even champions need a coach. Learn more at Samsara.com.
Let's be honest, the hearing aid industry is broken. Overpriced clinics, pushy appointments, bills of $5,000 or more. That's the trap they hope you fall into. Don't let it happen. Audien Hearing is the escape. Their FDA-registered hearing aids cost just a fraction of the big brands, starting at only $98. Instead of paying as much as $5,000 plus all the doctor appointments and wasted time, you get what you need with no prescriptions, no office visits, no time wasted, and no crazy price tag. Call 800-700-HEAR. That's HEAR. Audien's cutting-edge devices are rechargeable, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. Try them risk-free for 45 days with lifetime support and real human help just a phone call away. Over 1 million people have already said yes to Audien Hearing. Join them. Don't let them take advantage of you. Break free from the trap. Call now 800-700-HERE. That's HEAR for a very special offer. 800-700-HEAR or 800-700-4327.
Are you turning 65 or new to Medicare? Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock right now, it's a sunny sky, up to 70 degrees downtown at the Arch. The legacy of McDonnell Douglas remains strong in St. Louis. Boeing officially announces it is moving the headquarters of its Defense, Space, and Security Division back to the Gateway City. The defense unit was rooted here for 2 decades after the historic 1997 merger, before executives left for the D.C. area in 2017. Now, Boeing says its leaders need to return to Missouri to be on the ground with their 18,000 employees. Reaction just in from Greater St. Louis Inc. CEO Ron Kitchens.
Ever St. Louis, and it reminds us and reinforces that we truly are the center of the world when it comes to defense and aviation, particularly for defense.
Following that announcement, the Pentagon chief is headed to the factory lines, and KMOX's Maria Kina is there live. Maria?
Yeah, Michael, we're in one of the huge hangars. This is a part of Boeing that the general public just never gets to see. A lot of security in order to get in here. But I'll tell you, the F-18 Navy Super Hornet on display here, the T-5S, that's a TS-7A. This is a new age Air Force trainer. And of course, the F-15EX, another United States Air Force aircraft. This is filled with employees. You mentioned the thousands of employees that are ecstatic this afternoon to hear this announcement that Defense Headquarters coming back to St. Louis. We are waiting for Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to make it stop here. It's all part of his tour of the Arsenal of Freedom to increase American manufacturing. Live at Boeing, Maria Kina, KMOX News.
Michaela Schifrin won women's slalom gold and her first Olympic medal since 2018 with a dominant performance in the final alpine ski race of the Milano Cortina Games, and then spoke emotionally of what it really meant to her and how she kept her focus.
I have been so lucky that the whole media has told my story in such a beautiful way over the course of my career. These moments of challenge, you don't necessarily get to avoid them.
The Food and Drug Administration has reversed its decision on a proposed flu vaccine and has agreed to review it for possible approval.
The FDA rejected Moderna's application for review of the new flu vaccine based on mRNA technology last week, saying the company's research on it was flawed. The Cambridge, Massachusetts company is hoping to get the flu vaccine intended for people 50 and older approved in time for the next flu season. The FDA has now set an August deadline to decide whether to approve the flu vaccine. Fred Bottomer, KMOX News.
Clayton parents now have a better idea of where Glen Ridge Elementary students will go if voters approve an upcoming bond issue. Superintendent Dr. Nisha Patel says the district is eyeing a bridge campus at the former Fontbonne University site. Patel says renderings and a full FAQ will be released to families before the April 7th vote.
This is what the bridge campus is going to look like. Here's pictures of what it would look like. Here's what
where we have to consider like the transportation, day-to-day food, how we're going to do all of that.
The plan is part of Prop O, a zero tax rate increase bond issue that would also fund a new learning lab at Clayton High and updates to Gay Field. From the KMOX Business Desk, correspondent Jim Crisula reports on a change of heart.
Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway, has invested $350 million in the New York Times. The move comes 5 years after Buffett sold off all of the company's newspapers and predicted unending declines for the industry. 5 years ago, Buffett said the newspaper industry was, quote, toast.
Buffett adds that newspapers with the national brand like the Times or the Wall Street Journal might still do well. There's another billionaire, David Hoffman, who's interested in buying the St. Louis Post-Dispatch and has taken a large stake in their parent company. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now. To Stifel we go. Bob Beckman. Afternoon, Bob.
Hi, Michael. How are you doing? For stocks of local interest, the Bloomberg St. Louis Index was up 0.3 at 2453. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 129 at 49,662. The S&P 500 up 38 at 6881. For the biggest local gainer, Centene was up 184 at 4307. Caleres up 31 cents at 1251. Amdocs up 214 at 7056. The leading decliners, Bear down 109 at 1331, AT&T down 80 cents at 2788, and lastly, Stifel was up 238 at 120.49. This has been Bob Beckman, Senior Vice President of Investments with Stifel, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on Stifel, please visit our website at stifel.com.
Got a crash on Lindbergh North at Old Halls Ferry Road. That's on the right shoulder. Some road work on 370 going west at 141. That's got the right lane closed. 70 west at Lucas and Hunt. The exit ramp is closed.
What a delightful afternoon for this time of year across St. Louis. Partly to mostly sunny skies. It's a little windy. Has to be to warm up like this time of year. 72 for the high, 74 the record from 1971. It's going to be close. Tonight, partly cloudy, only 49 for the low. Thursday, partly sunny, but a cold front coming in Thursday afternoon. That front will bring a fast hit of scattered showers and even some possible thunderstorms. Windy, 73 for the high. That should take place about midday on Thursday. A drop in temperature as we go through the afternoon. Thursday night, clear skies down to 38. That's going to seem kind of cold. Friday, sunny and 51, so a lot of the day in the 40s. Saturday, partly sunny and 43. Some snow flurries developing Saturday afternoon and some light snow around Saturday night as we go down to 27. Sunday is dry, partly sunny, and a chilly 38. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
We've got a sunny sky. Right now it's 70 downtown at the Arch. U.S. men's hockey scoreless with Sweden in the second. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Sponsored by Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty 314-325-6888.
Need to sell your home and you want the most money? The name to remember is Gloria Lou. Yes, Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty at 314-325-6888 and start packing.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Few minutes past 3 p.m. Gorgeous day today. Dave Murray will be with us in about 30 minutes. Going to do DGS happy hour now. Anyone want to start it out?
I've got one.
All right.
Well, we've been talking about DoorDash a lot because of Andrew. I saw this story. It really made me mad. Have you guys seen the cliche online where basically women don't want men to do their Instacart shopping because they claim that men just don't try hard enough or they pick out the bad produce, and it just never goes well when it's like, say, the mom doing the Instacart ordering and then some guy goes and picks out all their stuff. Have you heard of this before?
This. No.
I've seen it. I've heard of it.
It's definitely a thing. I've seen it over and over, and mostly it's in like a joking way, like, "Oh no, I saw that the guy's name was Kevin, and then I deleted the order because I knew Kevin wasn't going to bring me what I needed." Well,
Kevin's never do.
There was one woman who placed a Walmart pickup order, and then she saw that her picker's name was David, and she said, "You know what? I don't need David going and ruining my order. I'm going to cancel my order." Or no, here's what she did. She let David start the order, and he was going through and marking things as out of stock. I guess she cancels the order midway through, which I didn't even know you could do.
I didn't know that either.
That's kind of a jerk move.
And what she decided to do was go to Walmart herself and check on all of these items that had been marked as out of stock. So this was her whole video, was like, "And I went there and he said they were out of Parmesan cheese, and lo and behold, there it is right there on the shelf." To which I say, lady, why did you even order the Instacart in the first place? You're just trying to make poor David look bad. Leave David out of this.
Revealing that she's not ordering it because of necessity, or like, well, I have 8 children at home and they're all young and it's difficult for me to, haul them all over to the grocery store. Revealing you're just lazy.
Well, why are we not letting why is David not getting any heat for marking things out of stock that were in stock?
Well, he is getting
he's
heat.
got to do his damn job.
You know what? You bring up a good point, Wheels. I am reluctant to condemn all of these videos that are like, the guys do a bad job, because it does seem like in a lot of cases, like, yes, maybe they are being lazy. I guess where my issue comes in is, lady, you're clearly, and I'm giving you the attention you are seeking, but you are clearly only seeking attention because you basically set this trap, and then it's like, oh, actually, I do have time, and I'm going to go show how this guy's wrong, and I'm going to make a whole video about it, because I don't know if you guys have ever tried to make a video while doing something. It makes the thing take even longer.
Oh yeah.
So she actually just doubled her workload there.
Yep.
And it just annoyed me and made me roll my eyes.
I agree with you on that.
I'm doing what I shouldn't do, which is giving her attention.
I do get upset when DoorDash is supposed to bring me groceries, or Walgreens or CVS, whatever. I have 3 items or 15 items. It always makes me mad when they say out of stock.
Yeah.
Because I always go through and say, like, if they don't have this, this is good enough.
This is okay. Yeah.
Just do your job, or call me or text me. I had one a couple days ago.
Was his name David?
No,
It was Kevin.
I hate to even say this, but the person's accent was so strong, I literally couldn't understand what she was saying. And I finally put together that she wasn't even my DoorDasher. She called from DoorDash.
Oh.
And she was like, your person can't find an item, and they tried to contact you, and they couldn't. We know that that little chat on DoorDash. They hadn't done that. They hadn't called me. They hadn't texted me. That kind of thing pisses me off.
I get it.
In a 61-year-old old white guy kind of way. We're just like,
I think all of these, here's where I'm at with it. I think all of these complaints are totally valid. I think if something's not going your way, you have every right to feel inconvenienced, to complain about it a bit. Here's where I start to side-eye people, though. There's like a DoorDash subreddit, and all it is people posting over and over again these really contentious back and forths they're having. And this is the 5th time this week I've had an interaction like this with my DoorDasher. And I'm looking at this going, brother, you are wasting your life.
Yeah, stop DoorDash.
Arguing. Just go to Target yourself. I'm sorry.
know.
At that point, unless you have a disability and you cannot leave your home, or you don't have a car or something like that, you should go and do it yourself. Because if it is causing you this much stress that you are then taking even more time to post about it on your Reddit account, this isn't good. And we need to get a hold of ourselves here, people.
Yeah, we definitely like to
world problems.
We like to soak in our anger.
what do you think is next?
For the gig economy?
Well, more like for convenience, because DoorDash is pretty convenient. I have my issues with it. It could be improved. It could be less expensive. But, what do you think is the next? What could we do that's even more convenient than a DoorDash?
You could have
That's
that
a
thing.
good
We have that
question.
thing that they had in the Jetsons where you just could make whatever you want.
Like on Star Trek?
Yeah. Just like pushing the button, like, I want lasagna. Boom, there's your lasagna.
Yeah, maybe like a mass-produced, widespread, like on-demand 3D printing system. I'm just making garbage.
No,
up.
that'd be great.
But it's like
3D food printer. Let's go.
or maybe not even food. Maybe it's just like I want I want this book from Amazon, but I want it now, and I want a physical version, and I want it within the next 10 seconds, and then you can just 3D print that book page by page.
You know,
or
we have
whatever,
printers
like a
where you can
regular
print
printer.
on pages.
Yeah, but it'd be like have a binding. It'd be
I'm
like
teasing,
that
I'm
book.
teasing.
I have such
I
a
mean, keep in mind, I am just making all of this up anyway.
I started to say I have a really complicated relationship with Amazon, but if I'm honest, I don't. Like when Rach complains about Amazon, I'm like, yeah, but I needed a guitar strap and a guitar tuner yesterday, and I got it yesterday.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
this
it's
is
just that no
cool.
one else can do that except for
Yeah.
Amazon. If you don't have time to like go to a local music store or something like that, you really have no other option except to go on Amazon and do that, because you could order from a local music store, like, online or whatever, but they have to use a postal service for that. And that's going to take days, and they have to pack, and they have
Oh,
to ship. And
Speaking of the postal service, I forgot to tell you guys, my glasses finally came in.
Yay!
whoa.
They came in over the weekend. They look great. I'm very happy with them. And beef squashed with the post office.
It just took
I
way too
really
long,
thought I
though.
was never going to get those.
Yeah.
So they broke me down to the point where now I'm just thankful that I ever received them. So
What-
you win.
What
post
condition
office.
was the package in? Was it like beat to hell? Or
It was a
it
little
looked
beat,
okay?
but the glasses I paid $5 extra to get the hard case for the glasses.
Okay. Good
So that
call.
was
Good
in,
call.
and the
Yeah.
box that it was I Buy Direct that I
Yeah.
bought the glasses from. That box is quite sturdy and nice. So
I need to
Nice.
get me
Great.
some Robbie Avila glasses for baseball season. Because I have glasses I wore last year, but I want some
So you
Kareem
want Rec
Abdul-Jabbar.
specs.
Yeah.
what's
the Rec
that? Is that
specs.
like Oakley's?
They're just like no,
like
they're
goggles.
prescriptions, but they fit tight and they don't wobble around. They won't break.
Oh, so for my birthday last year, Kurt got me a pair of like sports sunglasses they're very dorky looking,
Mm.
but they're so nice to wear when I'm playing tennis. Like I've completely gotten I picked them out. I don't want you to
Yeah.
think like they're dorky in a way. They're like very 80s, so you can just feel kind of silly in them.
No.
But man, once you start wearing those, it
As-
makes everything so
As
much
Wheels
better.
will vouch, baseball sunglasses are douche deluxe.
Which ones?
Like the kind like the guys wear on cigarette boats in the Lake of the Ozarks. Just like
That's
the
what my
classic
tennis
ones.
glasses are
like
like.
Oakley's.
You're talking about the Oakleys, the Blades, those kind of
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
by far the best sunglasses
They're
They
douche.
do.
for sports.
Yes, but I bought a couple pair. Yeah. So
They stay on your head. I'll
That's
tell you
the
that.
entire point. They don't move around. They're very light. They hold their position. They do the job. If you get good ones, the quality's good too.
Yeah.
Like they're able to see. So, question. So, for all these delivery things,
Mhm.
how long ago did this become a thing? Like Instacart, DoorDash. Like I know they existed before COVID, but they kind of exploded in COVID, right?
Yeah, I would say
definitely.
COVID is when it became normalized.
But they've existed
How
for maybe
did-
10 years.
How
maybe
do all the
longer.
people that tell us that I just don't have time? What did you do 5 years ago?
That is
They
an
did it.
excellent question.
What did you do 6 years ago? You just find a way to go to the store. So if
Yeah.
you don't like the service, go to the store.
Yeah, dude. And I guess you just nailed the point I was trying to make earlier. It's like, I get that sometimes you have a bad experience and sometimes you need to vent.
Sure.
But when I use this every single day and every single day it ruins my day. It's like, well, maybe you should do
Maybe
something else.
stop, yeah.
You don't have to be doing that. Maybe you
But-
should spend your money
but-
elsewhere.
counterpoint, you're paying for a luxury service.
Yeah.
Anytime I hire a taxi to bring me a burrito, it's a luxury service, right? And so if I'm paying $25 for a damn Big Mac meal, you should deliver my Big Mac meal and it should have the fries.
Completely agree.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But if I have the same problem with the same company over and over and
You
over
have
again,
another choice.
I'm finding a different solution.
Yeah.
The NFL playoffs are here, and Heed the Call NFL podcast with Dan Hansis and Mark Sessler is your destination for coverage of every round, from Wild Card Weekend to Super Bowl Sunday.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we have fun. No fake hot takes, just entertaining football talk from your favorite buds at the bar.
Wait, Mark, which bar?
Well, like the typical neighborhood bar. We're the witty sports guys at a place like that.
Ah, I like that. Follow and listen to Heed the Call wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
So, guys, about Neovitin, I talk about them all the time. You guys could probably do the live instead of me. It is the simplest thing in the world. You either are open to taking a vitamin supplement or you're not. Now, you may not be open because you're super into it, and you just don't think that a one-a-day vitamin can do anything for you. You take mega packs, and they're $500 a month. And trust me, I've been there, and I remember going to the doctor, and he said, "What the hell are you doing? Like, your blood tests are insane." And I told him, and he's like, "Don't do that. You're just going to either urinate all the extra vitamins out, or it's going to hurt your organs." And this is back in like 1984. So if you're doing that, just be careful, because what we have is a multivitamin with 20 different ingredients, exactly what our doctors and scientists say that we need, including omega-3 fish oils. You take 2 a day. It costs less than $1 a day. A portion of every sale is going to go to cancer research. It was created in St. Louis. It's manufactured in the U.S. under the strictest guidelines. You can find it on the shelves at Schnucks and Deerbergs and online at neovitin.com.
How many of you think taxes will go up in the future? And if they do, who will get hit the hardest? Maybe it's you, headed for retirement. You've been saving in that 401k or IRA, and that money has never been taxed. And Uncle Sam is looking at that account like it's a big, juicy steak. What can you do about it? Join the All Financial Group for their Taxes in Retirement Seminar, Thursday, February 19th or Tuesday, February 24th. They believe a financial plan is not a retirement plan without a tax plan. Fund your retirement, not Uncle Sam's. Reserve your spot today by calling 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824. Or go to yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
.322 DGS and KMOX. You know, it's pretty amazing. Today was trash day, and I took my trash out. And when I go home, my trash is going to be gone.
Bye-bye.
It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. Now, I did lives, 15 years ago for one of the local waste management companies. I don't remember which one it was, but they took me to one of the dumps. huge place in like North County. I don't think it's the one that's on fire. I mean, it could have been. I think the fire's under the ground.
Was it on fire when you went?
No, but the fire's under the ground, which is creepy. But we went down to the bottom, and it was fascinatingly weird because you have these giant earth-moving machines that are just, they're enormous. And you're, I don't know, couple 300 feet below the surface, and it's just diapers and Doritos, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, worth mentioning when you say, like, when I get home, the trash will be gone. Like, it's not.
Right.
Gone.
That's my point.
It's just not his problem
it's
anymore.
it's not your problem anymore, which is great.
But it's almost brilliant the way they did it, because I'm one of the only people who've ever seen the bottom of a dumpster pit.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I've
brutal.
never even
most
considered it.
people don't.
Yeah, the dump is a bad place.
Yes.
Man. We used to have to go there my summer job in college because we'd have to take broken wood or whatever, and you just have to throw it in the dump, and you'd be up on top of this hill, and you look down on the green, like weird green and purple water, and you're like, oh my God. I'm
Never
getting
forget it.
something just standing here.
Yeah, never forget it.
And the smell.
Man, I got to tell you guys, I complain. I'm like, oh, I'm never going to own a home and blah, blah, blah. I got to say, though, like living in an apartment in the city of St. Louis right now, I love having a dumpster because I don't have to worry about trash day. Like anytime I need to take out the trash, I just go into the alley and get rid of my trash and I'm done.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Cardi B is getting some of her butt filler removed.
Oh.
She says, quote, I don't want to hear nobody for 3 months. I'm going to Colombia. Nobody hit me up. Nothing. I'm taking this ass out.
She's funny. It's funny that she's going to Colombia. Like, isn't that where you would go to get like the budget version of the?
It's like, can't you do it here?
Yeah, like you're
Like
Cardi B. You have
Turkish
lots
hair
of money.
implants.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Shia LaBeouf was arrested in New Orleans Monday night after getting drunk and rowdy and starting fights. He evidently was there for 4 days and terrorized the city.
I do not like that guy.
I do not either. And like, it's just, dude, how old are you?
He's a drug addict and he has a lot of emotional problems.
Ugh.
He's an alcoholic. He's got a lot of issues, that Shia. It was also revealed that he and his wife, he was married to Mia Goth.
I know,
Did you
which
guys
is
know
amazing.
that? They have been split up for about a year though. That was just revealed.
Yeah, and that's why he's popping up in New Orleans, because he bought a house down there, because he wanted to be near his dad, because I think, it's helpful for him to be in this. I really feel for him. You know what I mean? It's like he was a child actor who ended up down the unfortunate path that a lot of child actors do.
His movie freaked me out.
Which one?
Holes. Did you ever watch that?
Holes is the one that
Dude, the book Holes is very creepy.
Yeah, you should read the book.
Maybe not.
Why?
Stanley
Because the
Yelnats.
movie freaked me out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stanley Yelnats. No, Holes was like required reading if you were.
Yeah, I watched that with Nick when he
kid
was
in, like,
little,
the
and
aughts.
I'm just like, I can't believe, am I doing the right thing? This seems weird. If you want to learn faster, take a bunch of mini 10-second breaks. 10 seconds is the minimum you need to actually have an effect on your brain.
Just in time to watch a TikTok.
Yeah. Do you think, okay, I had this thought. I know that everyone's For You page is different. I know you can curate it. I know you can search for things. You can pretty
it's
much
for you.
invent a world in TikTok. But if you just go to TikTok, do you feel like it gives you a fair representation of Earth?
No.
Of Earth? No.
No, in fact, I'm always shocked when like the four of us will compare, and one of us will be like, have you guys seen every other TikTok I get is this? And then the rest of us are like, no, I have nothing like that. And then we say, well, we have every other TikTok, and we have 4 completely separate pages that show us an infinite amount of things that are entirely different. And
I am
unique.
this close to coming out as a lesbian because TikTok for about 3 months now, every third video is sister. I understand. It took me a long time to face the fact that I'm a lesbian. I'm like, okay, don't need that. That horse hospice, child boxing, they've got me picked out as
Glamour witch.
Quite a treat. Glamour witching.
Knows more about you than you know about yourself.
Does it think
That
it
could
Do
be.
you think it just like I don't know, because I see I think it initially when you watch a video, it says, "Oh, you like that? Here's 10 more." And then you're like, I eventually kind of work away from it because you don't really like watching all of them.
Yeah.
Is that how it is? Like you saw one thing and you're like, that was curious and interesting, and then you get 10 more.
I do a lot of not interested.
Oh, do you?
And if you could see me when I do it, it's ridiculous. I'm like this. Like no one's there. I'm not performing for anyone. I'm just like I am so not interested in this. Like I want them to feel it.
Start your day with an edge. Total Information AM.
It's like breakfast for your brain.
I wake up, I turn on the news.
I gotta listen 3 or 4 times every day.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
I like to wake up with the news.
Total Information AM.
It's where I get my news. Traffic conditions and potential weather that's coming.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9.
I like to turn it on and just get caught up.
Where I get my news. The news, weather, and traffic.
On the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
So nothing different about doing a live endorsement for Zero Res Carpet Cleaners. Been doing it for about 15 years. But this week is different. I don't know that they're going to have another one of these all year. It is a 1-week post-Valentine's flash sale. The deal for the month used to be $119 for 3 rooms of carpeting. This week only, and you must book by Friday. You don't have to have us out by Friday. We can come out in March, but you got to book it. For 3 rooms of carpeting, $109 plus a free 4th room. So if you have 4 rooms that you need done, it's your lucky time. We also do couches and chairs, upholstery, tile, hardwood, air ducts, dryer vents. If you are a corporate client, you have like a dental office or something where you have like 6 small rooms of carpeting, we're going to make you a great DGS deal. But this week only, you must book by Friday, which you can do live at 314-374-2020. You can also do it online at zeroresstl.com. Just make sure you mention the DGS or KMOX to get this deal. 1-week flash sale, $109 for 3 rooms of carpeting plus a 4th for free.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, this traffic report is the service of Meadowview Memory Care. If you're traveling home on westbound Highway 70, it is a great run this afternoon. Just a little busy at Highway K. Westbound 64, you've got a backup from Kings Highway to McCausland. It's slow Clayton Warson out to 270, a little busy approaching Topgolf, and then just approaching Prospect west of the Boulevard out west, so that's not bad. Southbound 270, south of 364 to Ladue, slow. 44 down to Gravois, kind of bogged down as well. Westbound 44, the right lane's coming through Lindbergh to 270. You've got delays. Southbound 170, busy at Brentwood. North 170, Scudder to Airport Road, a little slow. Southbound 55, Gasconade to Bates is heavy, but looks good in Jeffco. We still have this emergency repair work going on eastbound 64 at 15th Street. Eastbound 64 is jammed back onto the Poplar Street Bridge, and eastbound 70 is jammed at Packers Avenue, making that merge. After that, it's just a little slow on eastbound 64 approaching 159. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-284-1238. 800-284-1238. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. 800-284-1238.
I'm Debbie Monterey, and I see more clearly thanks to the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates. Make your appointment today at 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
Don't miss the U.S. Air Force's Shades of Blue Jazz Ensemble, February 25th through March 4th. Enjoy big band swing, patriotic favorites, and more. Get free tickets and locations at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org.
If every time you have people over, you're embarrassed about your bathroom, it is the perfect time to plan ahead for a spring installation of a new bathroom. At Michael's Bath, they specialize in beautiful, safe bathroom remodels, from tub to shower conversions to full renovations, including the paint and electrical work. Family owned and locally owned, michaelsbath.com. You can plan now for a spring install and ask about financing options, including 0% interest upon approval. michaelsbath.com.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems, call me, Lance Drury in St. Louis at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
It's men's Billikens basketball action Friday night as they face VCU. Pre-game 5:45, tip at 6 on your home for Billikens basketball. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Happy Wednesday, 3:34. Time for Dave Murray, brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Hello, Dave.
There.
Dave is also brought to us by the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America free concerts.
All right. Love it.
Here, let me take the comments off the stream so we can see Dave Murray's face.
I know. I never look so good.
Sponsored by the Air Force Band?
Let me get it back out.
The concert. Yeah, the concert.
Yeah, they're free concerts that they have.
All righty.
That's awesome.
So,
come on, Glover, top that.
Better day today or tomorrow?
Well, no, by far today.
Okay.
By far today.
Okay.
We're 72 right now. The record's 74 from 1971. We will be warm again tomorrow, but there is a cold front coming in.
Okay.
So, yeah, today's the pick day.
All right.
So there. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, see you later.
All right, have a good one.
I'm not sure the Air Force Band got their money's worth on that one.
I was wondering, Andrew, how do I get some cinder blocks?
Well, $2 a piece on DoorDash will get you just about anything, I think.
Okay, so,
at
least if I'm delivering it.
I couldn't stop thinking about that yesterday. That's the weirdest thing ever.
so someone on the comments had asked, why would someone order cinder blocks off of DoorDash? And another listener replied and said, well, because they don't have a truck. And I thought that's so funny because Andrew doesn't have a truck either.
I also don't have a truck. And they did have 2 trucks.
Wow.
They did have a couple of trucks. I have an Equinox. So they all got loaded up in the back of there in the way back.
So, God, we talk about DoorDash a lot on the show. If you had arrived at Lowe's and you see that it's cinder blocks, you're like, no freaking way I'm taking these cinder blocks. Can you cancel it without getting in trouble?
No.
Really?
Nope, you get penalized for it.
Oh.
Yeah, they get mad at you for doing that. Once you accept the order, it's supposed to be smooth sailing from there, from the customer's point of view, right? Because remember,
Do you think somebody was goofing on DoorDash, or?
I mean, not goofing on DoorDash. Like, I mean, it doesn't affect DoorDash at all. Right. Goofing on me. I'm the only person affected by it.
So you had go ahead,
it
Ray.
just feels like one of those unfortunate loopholes, kind of, you know.
Yeah, a little bit, because it got me thinking. Like, my wife is a very small person and she's chronically ill, So like something like 400 pounds of cinder blocks is a lot. That is a Herculean task for her. And it's strange to think that of somebody like her who's outdoor dashing, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna grab people's Subway and bring them their Subway sandwich for lunch or whatever, and then get stuck with 400 pounds of concrete blocks.
Yeah, I don't care what you say. That's a D move.
It was very strange. It was and everybody has a bunch of follow-ups for me about it. And the thing is, I don't want to know why they want it. I don't care why they want it. I don't want to know if there was some kind of drama around them ordering it. I don't care. It's got nothing to do with me. The more I learn about this, the worse off I am. So it's like, I'm going to drop these blocks. It said, leave them in front of the carport. I'm going to drop these blocks in front of the carport and I'm going to get the hell out of there. Time is money, baby. I'm not standing around to hear about why you have cinder blocks.
Good man. Good man.
So you had a bad night last night?
Yeah, just not a lot of orders going out. Not a lot of people ordering. Or more likely there were, other people out and there's just not enough orders to go around. I think that's a lot of times
How quickly do you have to hit the button to say, yes, I'll take it to get it?
If they send one to you, you've got like 10, 15 seconds.
Ooh.
Wow, really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough because so they'll show you the whole route. It's a little hard to parse, but they'll show you the whole route of like, you're going to Subway here and then that sandwich is going over here. And so you got to kind of scale it a little bit and try and figure out like, all right, is this going to take me like half an hour away? Is this going to be, taking a Casey's Pizza all the way to Florissant or whatever? Or is this going to be something that's like in town that's going to be pretty simple? And I can keep spinning around and churning it out.
Dave, how we look next week?
Okay. Oh, next week. Let's get through the weekend.
I'm just pushing.
We'll be cold. We'll be colder. There's no question we're colder. Tomorrow we have a cold front coming through. Probably gets through here noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There'll be a fast, scattered line of showers and some thunderstorms with the front tomorrow afternoon. I think the best chance for some strong stuff is in Illinois, but it's close. So we have to keep an eye on it. 71 for the high tomorrow, but a slow drop in temperature during the afternoon. Tomorrow night, clear, windy from the northwest and cold, 38. Friday, sunny, windy. I kind of have to, even though I'm going 51, have to kind of call it cold because it's going to feel colder than 51. 32 on Friday night. Saturday, partly sunny, another front coming through. Not a lot of moisture with it, but there could be some flurries and some sprinkles around. In the afternoon, 43, 27 Saturday night. And Sunday, sunny, but cold, 38 degrees. Now, we're going from way above average to below average, but that's kind of typical for us.
Yeah, sure is. Headlines, Rach?
Headlines is brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. Okay, what I'm about to describe is probably one of my worst nightmares. There was a flight that took 14 hours as scheduled, but it ended up exactly where it started. ANA Flight 223 departed Tokyo at 11 a.m. Tuesday, bound for Germany, only to reverse course more than 6 hours in while flying above the Arctic Ocean north of Alaska. They then spent about 8 hours heading back, landing at Tokyo's Haneda Airport around 1 a.m. on Wednesday. This put all the travelers about 20 hours behind schedule.
Why would you turn around once you've gone that far?
That is a great question.
Wouldn't you just get where you're going?
Well, yeah. This is where, like, it would be nice to talk to someone who worked for an airline to explain, like, because you're right, Wheels. It's like
whatever
you're
problem
already
you have,
halfway there. Just make it to the destination
or land somewhere closer. Like if you have an emergency or something, like, hey, let's find something closer.
So they said that they chose
Canada or something.
They said they chose to return to their main hub for better access to maintenance resources because it was low engine oil levels that, made them turn around. And they were afraid of being stranded at an airport without proper technical support. But I would literally be crying and probably internally screaming.
Like if I know that there's a problem like that, and you're like, okay, so we're about the same distance away from where we started to where we're going.
Yeah, just get me to Germany,
just keep
man.
going. It's not like it's one thing if you're like an hour or two out and you're like, oh no, that's too far. Okay, all right.
If they were dumb enough to share with me what was going on, I would be screaming to land in a field.
Put this thing
That's
down.
what would be interesting. Did they share that? Well, we have a mechanical problem and we're going to turn around and fly another 8 hours.
Hey, well, everybody, we're turning around. We don't want to really tell you why, but we're turning around.
Yeah, you know they're never going to be honest with you.
Oh, man.
You have to add 50% to whatever they say.
Yeah.
All right, Billboard is reporting that as of Tuesday, Bad Bunny holds all top 25 spots on the Hot Latin Songs chart. That's part of a 29-track invasion that follows his Super Bowl performance. And it's the first time a predominantly Spanish language song by a solo artist has ever topped the Hot 100 in its nearly 70-year history. So Bad Bunny is having a good week.
Sure is.
Wonder why they picked him.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do one more story here. Ramageddon could delay the next PlayStation. Have you heard about this, gamer guys over here?
I have.
I am not a PlayStationer, so no.
Okay, so there's a global crunch in basic memory chips, and the dynamic random access memory that sits inside everything from phones to cars is rippling through the tech world and forcing some stuff like this to happen. Sony is now weighing a delay of its next PlayStation console to 2028 or even 2029 because of the lack of access memory. And you can blame AI for this.
Oh, yeah.
These tech giants are just gobbling up all of the data storage out there. So
jerks.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that are just unable to be made right now. Like in production computer stuff, gaming stuff, that sort of thing. That you just can't get them right now because they can't make them because they don't have the chips or whatever they got, whatever kind of stuff they got.
So you might have to wait on the PlayStation. It's going to make some gamers real mad.
Yeah.
Another world I know nothing about.
Really?
Yeah,
Me too.
couldn't affect me less.
Join the crowd.
That's too bad. You guys are missing out.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All righty.
I'll tell you guys about my friend Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. You know about the bagel loan. He has become very famous for the bagel loan. Very clever marketing because the bagel looks like a zero and you pay zero fees. It took Stewie about 15 minutes to really break down the mortgage business for me. I only have 60 seconds to do it for you, but here is the basic thing. The dirty little secret in the mortgage business is that they distract you with the rates. And then they make their money on the fees. And Stewie's the only shop I know in town that charges no fees. And I always like to know, like, okay, how you doing that? Where are you taking it from the left pocket and putting it in the right pocket? Are you jacking up the price, then lowering it? Is this like a scam kind of thing? It's because he doesn't have any commission salespeople. He and his son, Jordan, originate all of the loans. They have about 10 people working for him every day so that it runs smoothly, allows them to get you closed in as little as 10 days. But because no one's getting paid commission, they could just take that dough and pocket it. But they decided some time ago, let's take that money and let's pay the fees ourselves so that you're going to get the same or a better rate and you're going to pay no fees. Therefore, no one in town, no one even nationally can touch them. You're going to end up with more money in your pocket every single time. Plus the customer service. You're going to have Stewie's cell phone. You can call him or text him anytime, day or night. He'll get back to you, even if it's just to answer a preliminary question or you're nervous about it. He's a great guy. 314-324-4440. That is Stewie's personal cell phone. 314-324-4440. Google the bagel loan. Learn about it. NMLS 226715.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, this traffic report is a service of Meadowview Memory Care. If you're heading out the door and heading home on westbound Highway 70, it's a good run out of the city. It is sort of bogging down just briefly past the East Terminal Airport. It's slow from TR Hughes to Cape, but that's it. Westbound 64, pockets of stop-and-go traffic from Kings Highway out through McCausland, McKnight, out through Lindbergh. Looks like we have a minor incident just west of Lindbergh now that's causing a backup, and then there's just a few slow spots like St. Louis Boulevard out to 70. Southbound 270, 364 through Olive is slow, through 64 through Manchester, Big Bend to 44, all heavy. Westbound 44 Lindbergh out to South 270. There was a crash at the ramp there. Southbound 55 a little more solid now. Arsenal down through Bates and a brief slowdown at Peevely. And again, roadwork delays eastbound 64. The emergency repairs going on at 15th Street have a jam back across the Poplar Street Bridge, and eastbound 70 is backed up past Packers Avenue, making the merge on. Eastbound 64 is also slow, 157 midway to 159. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Discover Meadowview Memory Care in Arnold, a small, secure community on a beautiful campus. Enjoy peace of mind with all our inclusive rates and comfortable private suites. Schedule your tour today at rspseniorliving.com.
Is your furnace on its last legs? Don't wait for a cold night to find out. Jerry Kelly and KMOX are giving you the chance to win a brand new furnace this winter season. Just go online to KMOX.com/contest through March 1st and nominate someone who you think deserves a brand new furnace. Sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Win a brand new furnace. For more information and contest rules, just head to KMOX.com/contests.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Are you struggling with hearing loss? Do friends and family complain that your TV is too loud? Are you tired of asking people to repeat themselves? If you want to hear clearly again, but don't want a bulky hearing aid that makes you look old, you need to try Adam X by Audien Hearing. The Adam X is a life-changing breakthrough, precisely designed by top audio engineers, fits comfortably in your ear, is nearly invisible, and lets you adjust your sound so you can hear conversations clearly, at home, at dinner, or on the go. And right now, you can try the Adam X risk-free for 45 days. Call Audien Hearing now at 800-295-HEAR. That's HEAR for a 45-day risk-free home trial with free shipping and money-back guarantee. The Adam X is lightweight, rechargeable, practically invisible, and costs 90% less than prescription hearing aids. Don't miss out. Call 800-295-HEAR for complete details. That's 800-295-4327. Hearing for everyone. Audien Hearing.
Straight Realty has always been an industry leader when it comes to commissions. So it should come as no surprise that the recent Realtor settlement has only empowered us to continue offering our sellers even better rates. We now list homes for only 2%. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Call me 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
St. Louis has a voice.
This is KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
That voice has shared our stories from headline to history.
The St. Louis Blues are the Stanley Cup champions.
From moment to memory.
Now there is only one Berlin.
Among those voices, Wendy Weiss.
We'll have more on a troop deployment to Bosnia.
Working at KMOX is an honor and a responsibility to represent this community. It's one we take seriously. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
.351 DG Ask Matt. Paulie's going to join us at the top of the hour. We'll talk some Cardinals. Ooh. Andrew Art of War says, has Andrew ever been noticed from the show while door dashing?
No.
Have you ever been ever?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a couple times. But not while door dashing, especially since, 99% of DoorDash orders, you're just like dropping around the porch and scampering off.
Yeah.
I always look very carefully when I'm delivering, though, and I shouldn't because it's I wouldn't want someone doing this to me. But I always look very carefully to see if I see like curtains rustling, because we know when we're dropping on the porch or whatever, we know that you are watching us from. Curtain.
So embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like, so I always look for like a little curtain rustle or something to see if
the worst was when I was standing ominously in the doorway and they took the picture of my food and I was in it. That was really bad.
I wish I could see that.
Oh, it was terrible.
I remember the picture that they took of like when I was handed the food downstairs.
Yes.
It's me like trudging off, but I'm like pulling up my pants with one hand.
That's
I got
funny.
the chicken.
So it looks like we're going to war with Iran.
Looks that way.
So according to inside Pentagon sources, we've been building up for weeks. We finally reached the point where we're ready to attack. It's looking like a joint effort with Israel. And they said that they are preparing for weeks, not days. And a lot of the pundits are saying, like, there's no reason whatsoever to go in unless you're going in for regime change. So that's a big deal.
What's Congress's role in this?
To declare war.
Okay, so are they talking about that stuff?
I don't
Or
think so.
are they, man, we got to stop this stuff.
They're
And I
on a
don't
need-to-know basis.
I know I've been whining about this for probably 20 years. Probably going back to the Iraq thing, like we didn't declare war. We got to stop doing these things. We got to stop doing the end arounds, and Congress has to stop allowing it because they fund everything. They can just cut off the funding, but they won't, and they haven't for decades. I mean, like I don't understand why this is hard. Every branch has a role. No one branch gets to decide, and no one person or one group of people gets to say, "Hey, time to go to war." That's not how we're built. But we do it all the time, and we've been doing it more than one president. We've been doing it for a long time. It's a terrible idea. How did Iraq turn out?
Yeah, we need a recommitment to civics.
To like the fundamentals.
The fundamentals of a constitutional republic.
We need to send all of our federally elected officials back to spring training to relearn the fundamentals.
I really think we do.
Work on some ground balls and catching pop-ups and covering first base on a grounder to the right side. We really do. We need spring training at the federally elected level.
We just keep floating farther and farther away.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's another one. Yeah, the story that inspired the movie Wag the Dog, right? The Clinton bombings during the Lewinsky scandal. Like all this stuff's been going on forever. And by the way, of course, now this is going to set a lot of people off. Like, oh, see, this is what we do. Epstein thing is getting a lot of news. Let's go bomb someone.
Wait, Corey from Air Comfort Service? What are you doing in my basement?
Standing behind our work.
It's 9 p.m.
At Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation, we take pride in our work. If you need heating service, no matter the time of day or night, we're here to help with 24/7 emergency service.
So you're just going to stand behind my furnace?
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you hand me those paper towels then?
Absolutely. For heating service or HVAC maintenance, visit aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
Turning 50 doesn't mean slowing down. It means getting smarter about your health. That's why we created Neovitin Men's 50 Plus Multivitamin. It's doctor formulated to support your energy, immune health, and overall vitality. Plus, it's made in the U.S. using the finest domestic and international ingredients.